it didn't work. Hey, I forgot to add it to we're here.
I panicked.
Surprise.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Tales of Initiative. We are bringing you episode 60 of Sunset. You can't say city.
Yeah, that's just a word.
It's just
You're
weird.
just a word.
They're all.
But it's so good to see everybody. I missed you last week, but I'm back. I started my new thing for school, and there'll be a few Wednesdays that I miss, but I'll be here for this week and the next 3 weeks, and then I'll have like 3 weeks that I miss. So they're going to continue bringing you Monsters in Love, a camping story of people who go bump in the night. That's what it is, right?
Can we clip that for our ad though? Really?
I love that joke so much. I don't want to correct it.
So I don't remember what's it called. Monsters
And counselors.
Monsters and Counselors. That sounds like a therapy session. Like, I
Almost
feel like
is.
I'm such a monster, Doc. Well, let me tell you.
Isn't that all role-playing games? They're just therapy sessions, but with elves.
Really is.
I wasn't anticipating existential dread in this episode of us coming back into Monster.
But it's good to see everyone. I'm glad that we're all here. We've got some fun stuff lined up. We just finished Matt, why don't you tell us, or anybody, tell us about the gayness that I missed recently.
Sorry, you already had me laughing because I couldn't tell if you were making a tongue-in-cheek joke at Conlon. We're not all here. Conlon is sadly away for work.
Yeah.
We love you,
Wow.
Conlon.
Godwin, we love you.
We love you. We'll do our best Batman voice for chorus while you're away.
You see, what we're doing this week is we're going to kill the bad guys. Burn her down. Fuck them all.
So last weekend, we had our Tales Pride Initiative, which is our annual big summer blowout for Pride Month, where we do some charity live streams benefiting. Last year we benefited Gendercool. This year we benefited the Trevor Project. We raised $1,200 for the Trevor Project over the course of the weekend, and we got to play some dope RPGs over the course. I ran a game of Thirsty Sword Lesbians. It was thirsty. There were swords, and there were lots of lesbians. There was a game of Glitter Hearts, which is where everybody else here, except for Dustin, sadly, everybody else here was in that game, run by Conlon, and it was amazing. And then Billy also had a game running masks. It was a very cool, the title is an excellent DC Comics pun that I don't know if anyone acknowledged on stream, but it's very good. All of those games will be being premiered over on YouTube, where all of our VODs go up. They will be being premiered over the course of this weekend. So if you missed them, tune in Thursday night and then all day Saturday to check out those VODs. But yeah, that was the gayness.
It was the gayness for the rest of us. You know, it's a festivus for the rest of us.
For the rest of us. Although
The
both
gayness
involve a
for
poll.
the gayness for the. You know what? I'm just gonna leave it alone. But I'll let you think of what it might have been the gayness for that starts with an A.
Apricot.
Exactly. Speaking of, Conlon is gone. Speaking of apricots, I don't know. Speaking of people not being here, Conlon is gone. We miss you. We love you. We hope you'll be back. Conlon's doing a work trip, and his work is apparently this. I don't know. I'm not going to say evil slave driver in case anybody there watches, but I mean, where's my Conlon? I need Conlon.
We need our con sauce.
The gayness for the cons. Nope, that's still not right. Anyway, what else do we have going on this week? We had yesterday, you guys. Was it yesterday?
2 days
Tales
ago.
does. 2 days ago, Tales does
Tails.
Misadventure.
Tails does
Tales.
Tails.
Is Tales of Misadventure? I am so out of.
There is Tales of Misadventure. That one is not coming back until next month, although we are like rebroadcasting the first 2 episodes of Blood Ties, where we play Vampire the Masquerade, and there's a spooky sentient house that we are all fumbling around in trying to discover the mystery of some missing vampires.
Ooh.
And then 2 days ago, Haley got to explore a very unique dungeon in Tales Does Tales, and we got some interesting backstory revelations about Saoirse.
And we have TPK this week. Are we back for that yet?
TPK is coming back.
Yes, final episodes of the arc, which is exciting.
That's so good.
The Phantom Kingdom is coming to its conclusion.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to see a Phantom Kingdom come, you gotta come see the conclusion.
Choice words, my guy.
Mm-hmm. This is why Billy won't edit our stream.
This is exactly why Billy won't edit our streams. They're too painful for him. I live streamed a uterus dungeon, and he's never gonna. He'll touch that one before this one.
What?
We made a thrush joke on stream, and yet still.
A uterus dungeon?
It was great. It was the womb of the black goat. Go check it out.
Of the black
I told
goat?
you the truth.
Yeah.
I told you all of this.
Haley
earlier.
was not joking.
I
I
love
can
you guys so
confirm.
much.
I saw it. I can confirm.
So check out our other streams. And that's basically what it comes down to. Also, speaking of things to check out, our sponsors. We have great sponsors. We have my friend Matt here. Tell us a little bit about what Day 20 is currently up to.
We actually just put out a blog post saying what is on the release schedule for the rest of the year. So there's a bunch of stuff that I cannot remember off the top of my head because my brain is a bowl of soggy soup. But
Isn't all soup soggy?
there's a joke about fondue somewhere in here, but I can't figure it out.
I think so. I say no.
Okay.
Next month, the main thing coming out next month is going to be a website update that's going to list like Tales of Initiative along with other like partners of Day 20, including some the Feywild Volume 3 book that I helped freelance write a couple of stat blocks for. That is now up and it is almost copper medal on DM's Guild. So go check it out if you want some cool, weird Feywild monsters in your game. And then next month.
And if you don't, you have to ask yourself, what are you even doing with your life?
What are you doing? What is your objective here? Next month, August, is the best 4 days in gaming. It is Gen Con. I will be there in person, along with Billy and Conlon and a couple of other folks. So we're gonna have cool Tales time. There's gonna be some Day 20 sponsored games there, and it's gonna be a good time.
That's the stuff I'm here for.
I won't be there that Wednesday, by the way.
Don't.
This is
What
how
day
I'm
is
letting
that?
you know this. The first Wednesday in August, I think. Yeah.
I won't. I think that's one of the ones I won't be here. So you know,
It works perfectly. The main thing is that someone's gonna have to run the stream.
What the hell do I care? You know, I mean, it's fine. Melissa, that's on you. Then you're doing everything
Yep.
What
Go ahead and start installing Streamlabs.
and learning all the tips and tricks. All right. Anyway, we had that. It's too late to without it.
We had it.
With that in mind, hello, Stronghold D&D. Welcome to our game that we are just getting ready to start officially. Without any further hesitations, lamentations, or adieu, I think it's time to turn once again to the annals of the words of our books of our story for Sunset over Vengalia. When last we left off, the heroes, exhausted from a very long run through a literal dungeon and engaging with a literal dragon, had returned to the city, had handed over the evidence that they had, engaged in some argument with the council, but had finally made their way back to the Discreet Flame, an inn where they could get some rest, some relaxation, and possibly, more importantly for some, a bath. This triggered some maybe trauma in Chorus, who has some previous bad experiences with baths, but also allowed everyone to get a good meal and fill their bellies once again. While in the bath, one thing that stood out for Nemea was she struggled to breathe underwater, which is something previously she'd had no issues with. Whether it was something mentally or something physically, we don't know. Void has a conversation with Corey, learning more about them, and then speaks to Alma about what the most deadly plant is. Edie talks to Corey and learns that Yuri is actually royalty. Returning back to the baths, because we did a lot of back and forth in this one, Void asks Chorus if the heroes are monsters for what they did to Stead. Chorus says no. Stead got what he deserved for what he did to Nemea and to the others. Void then questions Chorus why he keeps Nemea at a distance but is always there to help her out. Chorus's articulate response, shit. And he doesn't realize that he's doing it. Everyone enters their room, settles in for the night. Alma learns firsthand what the cuddle puddle is. Chorus gives Nemea's wings a massage, which Edie, how did that make Edie feel?
Fine.
Yeah, she liked it. It was pretty good. Fine, just fine. Everything's fine. And then in the middle of the night, I'm fine. Anyway,
She's not emotionally intelligent enough to be anywhere else other than fine.
That's okay. And Void did their own disappearing act as Nanashi and spent the night with
Nanashi.
What was the name?
Let's get my notes
Nanashi.
here. Nanashi.
I don't see the name on here. I'm just pulling it out of the
Nanashi.
Nanashi. I mean, it's the right words.
It's the
Yeah,
right.
of course,
You
but
put
I've got the wrong.
you put the emphasis on the wrong syllable.
On the wrong syllable. Exactly.
Just racing to the same stupid joke. That's the dad joke for you for today, everybody.
You all share a brain cell.
So anyway,
One single brain cell between the five of us. And Conlon's taken the other one that we bounced between us.
and
Colin
he's
needs
not
that
here
one for
to
work.
picture.
No, he had to take that for work.
After the long rest and everybody finally getting some sleep, Void is invited by Alma to visit Orion's grave, where they find Norf patrolling the street, patrolling the little monument, the shrine that's been set up there, keeping it safe because it was important to Alma. They bring Norf back after a little discussion. And while they're out, Nemea and Chorus go out looking for some things, buy some cupcakes. And then Nemea asks Chorus a question.
You're gonna answer it for him. This is the best.
And the question was basically, have there been any other secrets that I should be aware of? That is where we ended. That is where we picked up. Nemea has just asked this, and Chorus,
It's fine. I was joking.
Oh.
Don't worry about it.
Of course.
Should we head back? Get these to 80?
Oh,
I feel
yeah.
feel bad leaving
Yes, Edie, that would be good, I think.
Great. Works off.
That was actually a good that was a good chorus voice, actually.
It was good.
It was solid.
Thank you. I said my voice was scratchy today.
Yeah.
So the two of you return back. It's a little bit longer of a return for the others coming back because they went to another district, but they return. Edie, what were you doing while they were gone?
Edie was sitting up in the room and she has got Tofu out on the windowsill and she's just playing with him while looking out the window for just what she can see out there.
Okay. Go ahead and make a perception check.
I'm gonna use Edie's new dice.
Hey.
I got a 12.
Well, okay. Looking out the window, you see a small little girl running and then kind of running back, and you hear her saying something. You hear like her talking, but you can't really make out what she's saying. She looks vaguely familiar to you. I know this is a rough one for you, but make an intelligence check.
Ooh. Oh, she got a 19. Minus
Ooh.
2. 17.
You remember this as the little girl, the baker from the store that you got your mugs of chocolate from, and all your original baked goods, and you see her running back to her mother. It appears that maybe they're not in the shop today. They're maybe traveling around, and for some reason are in the district that you're in.
Edie chucks Tofu on her shoulder, and she's gonna trot down the stairs and make it out to the front, and she's gonna like flag him down.
You just blew up your microphone because I didn't hear a word you said. But
I said,
I understand.
hi, hey, in a very high-pitched voice.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's good. I wouldn't have known. She's like, oh, Mom, it's the lady.
Edie like gets down onto her knees, holding like Ellie in one hand, and she's looking at the little girl for like her doll.
You do see she's kind of dragging it along the ground, and it's like boop, 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 bouncing along the ground behind her. And you
do, like, a
remember
little-
her name is Vara.
Vara, how are you doing this evening?
Oh, I'm doing good. Mom and I are out just walking around. We never get to come to the Heights. And I asked Mom, I said, Mom, if I do really good and do all my chores, can we go? And Mom said, I guess. And so I did all my chores, and then I did extra chores just to make sure.
Well, I bet she's very proud of you. And I shoot a look to the mother like, is she? Is this real? What's going on?
Ema smiles, and I haven't seen you in a little while. I was wondering if you were going to come back for more.
Yeah, I think my friends were actually there tonight. They said they were going to the bakery. So I definitely will be popping in again. I need to get a refill on my chocolate.
Well, yeah, and I want you to know the cake has been a big hit. People love the name.
I'm so glad.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. That's so good. And look here, I have something to show you. And Tofu like runs down her hand and onto her arm, and she holds it out in front of. What was it? Her name again? I literally just forgot.
Her name-
Vara.
Vara is for the little girl, yes.
Yes, Vara. Yeah, and I hold it out in front of Vara.
Vara looks. Oh, he's so cute. Can I
Is me?
can I touch him?
Yeah, and I put my hand on her shoulder, and Tofu like scuttles up onto her shoulder and down her arm and into it.
She starts squealing as he like runs around her neck, and like the tail like and the whiskers tickle. Tickles. Where's he going? Why is he in my pocket? Ooh, what are you doing?
He likes pockets a lot.
Make a perception check for Tofu.
13, and I don't know what his additions would be, but that he's a 13 he rolled.
Okay, let's find out really quick what a mouse is.
Is there 5e stats for a mouse?
There should be at least a rat.
There's 5e sets for a rat. Yeah. I think they have +0 to wisdom.
I think so too, but I'm
I
going to
can't
check.
remember.
You are good. So 13.
There's been a lot of rats on Tales of Tales.
Yes. They tried to kill
Well.
us.
Well, that's everything tries to kill you. It's how the game's played. So she feels like a little nibble on the inside of her pocket, and then you see Tofu pop up and like run back up on her shoulder, holding like a little piece of like peanut butter sandwich that she had stuffed and hidden in her pocket. And her mom goes, "You said you ate that," and she's like, "I was saving it for later, Mom. I wanted to go."
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry that he took your sandwich. He loves sweets. I feed him all the donuts from your store.
Well, he looks surprisingly healthy for eating so much sweets.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I take care of him.
Good.
But sometimes we're in danger and I get worried about him.
Oh, I can understand that. He's so cute, Mom.
He is, isn't he? And I'm just gonna play with Vara and Tofu and for just a little minute.
Mom, could I have a pet someday? Vara, you did your chores this time, but you're not always very responsible. You might be right.
I'm sure she would take real good care of a pet.
Well, pets are a big responsibility.
Well, Tofu's fully trained, so I mean, if you wanted to take care of him for me, at least until I can come back.
Can I, Mom? Could I please? I don't know. That's a big responsibility.
Your mum has to say yes, but here, and I hand Tofu over, and I pull two really stale donut holes out of my pocket, and I'm like, these are his favorite, and I pop them in her hand too.
She turns and looks at her mom with like the big like Puss in Boots eyes, and just holds Tofu up to her mom's face.
He's just a little white mouse, and he's so cute.
Roll a persuasion check with advantage because you have Vara helping you.
Giving her the doe eyes. It's terrible doe eyes.
24.
Good God. How can I say no to that? You already put it in her hands. I can't like take it away now. Yes, you can take care of Tofu until she comes back for it.
Yeah.
Okay. But you need to ask her what you need to do to take care of him. What do I have to do?
Details. I go through the details of how to take care of the rat, and that he loves a pocket, he loves a cuddle, he loves sweets, but you do have to give him real food sometimes. And that's the end of that.
Gonna come back and Tofu's gonna look like a rat or the mouse equivalent of Garfield, just like
I hope so.
legs like stuck in, can't move, just rolling
Turn into a rapple.
like a tennis ball.
Yes.
The crossover nobody asked for.
Yep.
Thank you
I give
so
him a-
much.
Little scritch on the head.
He
And then-
squeaks back at you and kind of tries to run back up your arm.
It's okay. I grab him and I pick him up to my face, and I'm like, she's gonna take care of you better than I can, and you're gonna be safe.
And he like runs up and like nuzzles your cheek with his little mouse nose and whiskers. And you feel like this tiniest little tongue on your cheek. And then he runs back down.
like press my face into him maybe a little bit hard, but he's used to it. The tight squeezes, and then I hand him over, and I think Edie gives them both like one big smile each. She's like, all right, bye. And she is just gonna stand there 10 feet away from them and just wave and wait for them to walk away.
It's a very awkward moment.
It's awful.
As everybody's just standing there like... And eventually... go back to her name. Dima kind of gets the idea, and she's like, "Oh, okay, okay, Vara. Okay, Vara, let's go." And Vara's just like... And she's like walking backwards, but his mom's like pulling her. "Okay, we got it. Let's go get some cotton candy." And mom's, "Oh," and then Vara like turns,
Good. And
leaving you standing there alone.
I look at Ellie and I give her a squeeze, and I'm like, he'll be happier, he'll be safer. And then I'm gonna go back upstairs.
A short while later, the rest of you do return, and we'll pick up there.
2 questions. What time is it? And have I gotten anything on the sending stone? from the council.
By the time you get back, it's now probably around 11 o'clock at night.
Oh.
Well, because you guys left at around
No, yeah.
6.
That
and
it
it's
makes
2
sense.
hours
It's just
each
a,
way.
yeah, it's just a drift. Oh.
The others probably came back a little sooner. Nemea and Chorus probably came back around 9-ish.
Yeah.
Just by the time everybody comes. So if Nemea and Chorus, if there's anything you guys would want to do with Edie or Yuri and Corey, who I forgot are still somehow here.
And
if
they're
there's
not leaving.
if there's anything that would have wanted to have happened for them, we can do that. Otherwise, we'll skip to when you guys are all back together.
Taylor's playing 3 characters for the rest of the campaign.
And by the way, who's running Chorus tonight?
I mean, I can, but
Hold
No,
on.
you cannot.
You
That is right
cannot.
out.
You reached your limit of
That is
3
right out.
already.
You've maxed out your character
Aw.
bandwidth. I'll pull up Chorus's sheet.
You can only have 3 attunements and you're set.
That was a good joke.
Fine.
That was good.
that was good.
That was quality D&D humor.
Mm-hmm.
I do
No,
have
eight,
Chorus's sheet open just in case.
80. Why did I say 80? Yuri and Corey would have just stayed in the room, stayed in the discreet flame for the day, just chilling. Corey still has 3 points of exhaustion, so they're just chilling. Not really.
Yeah, and
Doing
Nemea has
much.
3 points of exhaustion as well.
Yes, she
Everybody else is back to 0.
At random times from the room across from wherever Edie is, you would hear like clop, 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 and then you like it speeds up, slows back down, speeds up, slows back down, and you can just hear the like steps getting louder, and that's all you hear.
Yeah, so Yuri, you're like, are you alright in there, 80?
It's silence.
Gonna open the door, which has stayed unlocked.
You see Edie as she's got her arms spread wide, and she looks a little dizzy. What the?
What are you doing?
It's just nothing.
Want some company?
Sure. If you do you close the door behind you?
Yeah. Yeah, she'll
As
come
soon as
in
you
and close
do,
the door.
She immediately starts running in circles again, and she's like got her arms out wide, and she's going this way and then that way, and she slows down and speeds up. She's just doing rings, laps around the room, just keeping herself entertained.
Yuri's gonna send off minor illusions of butterflies and colors and fireworks just to enhance the experience. And
Now she's running around like trying to pop bubbles.
yeah, anything Yuri can think of that Edie's going to enjoy, she throws out there. There's fireworks, butterflies, bubbles, confetti.
Throwing
Everything.
fireworks at Edie, it's fine.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh, God!
after she grabs the first one and it doesn't hurt, she's just all out, knows that they're all good.
It's like a cat with a laser.
Yes, that's exactly what you. Yes,
So-
that's
so you-
110%. You heard
Oh, no.
Edie doing zoomies from the other room.
Yes.
So
And
Yuri and Edie play with a laser pointer for a while. Okay.
yes,
I adore that.
waiting for everyone to get back.
Which eventually they do, unless there's a conversation you guys want to have. Oh, okay.
No, I
Um,
think Yuri's okay.
Is Edie pretty worn out after 2 hours of zoomies?
Yes, she has put the Mace of Terror up against, like, near the front door, like leaning, not like against the door, but you know, like if you turn left, it's like up against there, and she's tucked herself into bed. She's like sitting with the covers up here,
Oh. Hold up to her
Wait.
nose.
waiting for everyone to get back. Hopefully she stays awake, but I don't know if she will.
Well, they do return.
And Yuri would have stayed with her until they did.
Okay. You see
Nemea
North
come-
return.
Yeah,
Nemea has
she
never met
does.
North.
She has not.
You're
That was
back.
Corey.
Mm.
Yep, we're back.
We're back!
We managed to find North on our little adventure out.
I'm glad. We were worried.
Oh.
You're all right?
I'm very all right.
What have you been doing?
Well, as I told my friends,
okay.
we
okay.
don't kiss and tell. But what we did was not very much kissing. What we did was,
Okay,
Yeah,
we got it, North.
Oh.
We got it.
sorry,
Pull it in, rein it in.
sorry.
Edie like leans down to North. You can tell me later.
Neil.
Oh my god.
Edie needs some education.
She hasn't had the bears and the bees talk.
Oh god.
Oh no! But she,
Oh.
okay.
Mhm.
But she
What
knows
for-
about other stuff.
She whispered.
Roughly. She knows a little bit, but not much. She's got a lot of older siblings, but they only tell her things that aren't true or things that are very wild, and so she's only got the in between knowledge.
She only knows the extreme.
Check out. Oh my god.
That's why
North
Namaya's
kinda gets
situation
up into-
was
he's-
so casual.
North sets his sword next to the Mace of Terror and kind of gets in bed next to you, just curls in.
Oh, Alma,
Hmm.
that's
Yes.
for you.
Oh. He kind of awkwardly gets out of the bed.
No, stay
Oh.
there. I grab onto him as
Ah!
and I'm pointing across the room at the Mace of Terror.
Alma will turn and look at it. You don't want it anymore, Edie?
Doesn't fit me anymore. But if you want it, it does some damage and it's magical and it makes people really scared of you.
I thought I did enough of that already.
I think this one's a magical scaredness.
When people are scared of Edie with it, it's been quite remarkable in the effect it's had in our combats.
Mhm.
Do you remember the with all the wolves?
The wolves?
Not you. You wouldn't remember, of course. I was talking to
I certainly
talking to
do.
Do
Edie
you remember? No, I don't remember.
in the house where they tried to murder all of us.
There were wolves in the house?
Well, yeah, yes, a lot of them actually, and we were mostly naked, some of us for that fight. You don't. Okay, never mind. Yeah, anyway, it's been very effective.
Oh,
In
the mansion?
yes, the murder
rainy
house.
mansion?
Yes, the murder
Mm.
house.
Weren't the wolves on our side?
Yes, but there was a lot of them. Rose summoned them. There was a whole lot of. It was in the house caught on fire, but you made everybody afraid, and it was very. Anyway, it's been really good. Almost what I'm trying to get at. It was very unsuccessfully.
I can't use it. It's a bit too heavy for me, and carrying it around kind of hurts my back a little bit. So, but you're strong, and I think that you could use it. But if you don't want it, that's okay. We could maybe sell it for some money.
Alma
would
will
definitely sell it.
Alma will walk over and she'll actually like handle the the handle part of the mace and will kind of like feel it in both hands to get a feel for how it handles. Well, if it gives me a perk, I don't see why I wouldn't accept it.
I
Thank you.
hope you like the bows.
And she'll look back at it just to see the bows and stuff that are.
Yeah. So like there's 3 skulls that create the mace head that are like pointed at the end, and she's tied a bow to like the top of each of the heads. And then there is a ribbon of rainbow fabric that like goes all the way, that goes down like the handle that you like grip on.
I think a very good touch.
Yes. Boy, Fix
Boy,
helped me with that.
either one.
Got me the fabric. No, I wasn't talking to you. I
Oh,
was trying to
sorry.
remember who of you gave me the fabric.
It was me.
What?
That's maybe not that illuminating. Oh. Edie, did you ever go to the theater?
What's it? No, I
Okay.
don't think so.
Did you ever put on a play?
Yes.
Okay. Think about how an actor, you're playing a role, right? And you pretend to be someone else,
Mm-hmm.
but it's still you, even though you're acting very differently and you have different motivations and different objectives and that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that.
So when I was the tree, but I was really me, I was me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So when I was,
So that was you no matter what.
Mhm. Yes.
Are you acting?
It's complicated. I'm not acting in the way of like pretending or faking, not all the time. With Archibald, yes. That's just an act, right? Or with the Duke. Vix is certain parts of me amplified, just like Nanashi is certain parts of me amplified.
Okay. But they're all you.
They're all me.
Okay. Alright. I think I get it.
It's okay if you don't. It's confusing.
I'll just keep checking in every now and again.
Can Void tell how Edie's feeling?
Make an insight check.
Ooh, it's a double-digit number.
Ooh,
Ooh, I rarely get those.
that's not true.
20. You don't.
They're gonna have to roll so high.
21.
No,
Damn.
you can't tell anything.
Oh,
Void
Not
just
that way.
nice. And your deception is not bad.
No, it's a +7.
Void just lays down on the bed, just like that thing, like feet off the bed and back onto the bed, like when you're tired after a long day and you just get back to the hotel and just like, bleh. This city is too big.
At least you get your steps in that way.
Ugh,
the fantasy
count that.
fitness.
fancy fit this.
He's just a little like guy that you strap to your side. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
A little gnome or something.
little flump, just counting steps for you.
There's a market for that. There's got to be.
Yep.
We'll make it happen.
Maybe next D&D campaign we're just going to be entrepreneurs in the world. There's going to be no fighting, no action. We're just inventors.
All artificers.
There's literally
Yeah.
a book for that.
Oops, all flumps.
Oh my god! Yes, we need to do it.
I think by now, Nemea was a little slower coming back upstairs. Oh, everyone's here. Cool. Edie, I got you these. I'm gonna hand over the box of a dozen cupcakes.
Ooh. And I open it up. And what's in it? Cupcakes?
There's 12 cupcakes, and each one is a different flavor, from pistachio to Biscoff to raspberry, vanilla, chocolate, white choc boysenberry swirl, choc mint, insert rest of flavors here. I can't think of 12.
Amazing! These look so good.
I realized I didn't know what your favorite flavor was, so I got all of them.
It's raspberry now, just so you know for the future.
Okay. And if that changes, tell me, yeah?
Mhm.
Excellent. Yay.
And she's gonna look for the one that's like pink.
There's a couple of different pink ones.
And she's just gonna look on the one that looks the most like it's gonna be raspberry. And she picks it up and smushes it into her face.
Is it good?
It's so good. Strawberry, I think, though.
Well,
I'll keep
Even-
trying.
Yeah, play a game. Find out how many cupcakes you get through before you find the raspberry.
I'm gonna have to eat these quickly.
I mean, you don't have to. You don't want to give yourself a sugar high and then a sugar crash.
What's a sugar crash?
When you eat too much sweet things and you get like a sudden burst of energy and then it just... No?
I don't
Just
think I
me?
get that.
Wow. Lucky.
Thank you.
Yeah. That's okay.
Thank you a lot.
You're welcome. Did you want me to braid your hair?
Yeah. You can see that Edie's hair is not braided anymore. It hasn't actually been like touched in a long time. It's been naughty.
That's okay. I can work with it. Remember what you did to my hair?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I made it smell so good.
It certainly smelled.
Yeah, the chocolate helped.
I definitely did. And then I'm gonna bring Nemea over. Bring Edie over to the vanity, get out the brush, and start detangling and playing with her hair and making it all pretty again. Not that it's never not pretty, but
Edie consumes 4 more cupcakes. She's
Roll
just
a-
sitting there like bouncing.
Roll a d4.
Oh god.
And Nemea, have a number in mind of that. To which one is the raspberry?
3.
3's the raspberry.
So on the third one, you eat the raspberry.
Oh my god, this is the best cupcake! Oh, I picked Mike again. Sorry.
Very muted, contained excitement.
This is the best thing in the world.
That was the cutest thing.
That was amazing.
Okay, I'm very happy.
We
And
can
now
go
she's
tomorrow.
bouncing. She's like,
Ooh. Challenge mode. Okay. Still.
Yes.
We can go tomorrow if you'd like.
go tomorrow? Where?
To get more.
Oh, no, these are gonna last me a couple of days. That's okay, we can wait.
Okay. I also figured I could, if you wanted to, take you for a fly over the city.
Yeah? You think?
Yeah, I'm just gonna flex the wings just a little bit before neatly bringing them back in.
When you flex the wings, you notice there is some pain associated with cramping and stuff like that as the muscles haven't been used in a while. There's no you can tell there's no lasting damage, but it's like if you've been working out really hard and then your muscles are just that ache of overuse because they haven't been used. Even the stretch is yeah, I need to do that. I need to get out and work those muscles again.
When
But the massage has
when-
definitely helped.
Yeah.
When she was stretching, can Edie have looked
For the, you know how you said that she had lumps on the side of her that were moving
Oh yeah.
without her doing anything? Can I see that now that she's stretched?
Yeah, when she stretches, well, what are you wearing right now, Nemea? What is Nemea wearing? Would it cover her sides pretty completely, or is it open on the sides?
No, it's open on the sides. It's like
Okay.
the crop. She wears a crop.
So you can see one when she stretches her wings, because you are immediately trying to look for it. It's not hidden, and she's so yeah, you can see one of them.
Can I look at it more, please?
You'd have to ask Nemea about that.
I'm asking the DM to tell me if I can just put my face at it, and then
Oh,
they
I mean,
can decide what I'm going to do.
Absolutely. You can get as close as you want to it.
I'd like to investigate it. I want to medicine it. I want to look at it.
Okay. As you get closer, make a medicine check.
By the way, when Nemea offered to give Edie a fly around and stretched, Void looked over and smiled and is now looking over at Edie what the?
D20.
Okay. It looks red, swollen. It looks like almost like some sort of infection. It is. You've probably seen like boils and things on people. It has that kind of vague idea of this big, swollen, probably about the size of a tennis ball right now. But make another intelligence check, or real quick.
A 2.
You don't know. It's about the size of a tennis ball right now.
That looks like it hurt.
Is it moving?
It is kind of like pulsing and kind of like, yeah, it's almost like throbbing a little bit.
That looks like that hurts.
Yeah, they're not comfortable.
It's wiggling.
Is it? Ugh. Ugh.
Yeah, poke it.
Yeah.
I poke it.
Oh,
When
what
you
the
touch-
hell?
Ew.
I want to know
Besides
if
that,
it's solid or if it's squishy or I'm
it
just
is
trying.
squishy, but it is also cold. Like probably a good 20 degrees at least Fahrenheit. I don't know what that translates into your Celsius world, but it is noticeably colder than the rest of her skin. I'm not saying 20 degrees. I'm saying it is 20 degrees colder than the rest of your skin.
Okay. It's cold. Is it sore?
Yeah. Kind of feels like something's under my skin, but I don't know. It just
I look up and who do I see? Is it Void or Nanashi that I can see with my
Void.
eyes? Void.
And Void is
Yeah.
already up and like looking over and is like listening intently.
I'm like, I make sure he comes across now. I'm like,
Look, this doesn't look right.
Okay. Man, do you mind? I'll inspect it as best I can.
You can also do a medicine check.
and she'll turn and open the wing and sort of stretch her side a little bit to.
And Void,
Give
also
them
go
a
ahead
better view.
and do an intelligence check as well.
Okay. Any particular style of intelligence check? Or
This is a straight intelligence roll to see
Okay.
what, or you can do a history check, I'll say.
okay.
He wants to line it up with the light to see if she can like see through it like an egg.
Alma, do you have any experience with medicine or injuries like this? So medicine check is going to be just a 13 for medicine, and then for history, 10.
You're not sure with that. You think maybe it's gotten bigger since you first noticed it. With the history check. With medicine check, you don't really know anything. Horace comes up and looks at it. Well, since everyone else is doing it, I'll stand around and look. Dear gods, Nemea.
Hey,
I'm just sorry. I'm not used to like you normally. I'm used to the swells being your muscles, but this swollen is different.
sorry, that caught me off guard.
Got you. I don't think this is normal. And he starts poking it too.
Yeah,
And
Jesus.
and then North comes up and starts poking. What are we doing?
Okay, there's
Okay,
definitely
Norm.
there's definitely
I'll-
a better way of inspecting this than that.
I'm gonna just like walk over towards North and just gradually drag him away just so he doesn't.
Horace, why didn't you say anything last night? This morning?
I mean, I guess I didn't really pay attention to it earlier. I was distracted. But now
Nah.
that I'm really looking,
Nanashi's voice goes, "Yeah, you were."
he blushes. Anyway,
I just
Nemea,
wanna, at that comment,
I wanna
Edie
insight that.
reflexively kind of like does that shoulder check, but like so like one of those like real gentle nudges.
Mhm.
Not I felt like I said shoulder check and it made me feel like I went like that at you, but like it was so gentle, like a little nudge, and then she immediately catches herself, which is like, ugh.
Void notices but doesn't. He's not gonna poke. He's just like,
I don't catch it. I rolled a 2 and a 4.
Norf comes up and looks and notices like one down towards the bottom under your crop as well, and starts like doing like count, and then he sees like there's seems to be going up. There's several of them going up your sides, on each side.
Wait, what? How many? She's like full on like spinning around herself, almost getting herself tangled in her wings, and she like turns her back to the mirror.
Go get those lanced.
Alma, do you have any experience with something like this?
Let me take a look, but also let's not crowd Nemea too
Yeah.
much. I'll wait for everyone to move first before I go towards Nemea.
Edie jumps up onto top of the bed so she's got a good view looking down, but she's away.
Nemea.
Nemea, you notice that there are 3 bumps on each side.
I thought it was just all one. Like, oh, so they're radiating. Damn.
They're bigger than they were too.
Is it alright if I check?
Yeah.
Alright.
You
So-
can do a medicine check as well.
Medicine check. That is a 16 for my medicine check. For intelligence.
You don't need to worry about an intelligence because you didn't really know Nemea enough to have necessarily paid attention to it earlier. So size, you wouldn't have seen it necessarily.
Okay, so it's a 16 for medicine then.
You don't know anything more than Edie at this point. You definitely see it doesn't look natural. It looks infected. And it is a little confusing, the fact that normally when something is infected, it's hot. This is cold. It's definitely different than any kind of infection you've ever encountered.
This is definitely different than what I have had to deal with before. Red and swelling, it's definitely infected as well. But infections are normally warm to the touch. And as Edie
Yeah,
proclaimed, it's the opposite.
Yeah, I know how to treat an infection.
I think we need to go see someone about this.
Who has a dagger?
I
We all
let's see.
do.
We
Pretty
all
sure-
have daggers.
Most of
We
us
all
do.
have daggers.
Oh god.
Everyone has daggers here.
I have the arrows for my crossbow. That's another option. So
Ah,
I've got
No, just-
I've got a dagger on my side that
whoever's closest and whatever's within reach, I'm gonna make a lunge for the dagger.
yeah, on my side, I imagine.
Alright, well if you're looking over me, I'm gonna turn, grab your dagger, and then I wanna nick one. So if it's infected, I wanna try and drain the infection or something.
Do you try to stop her at all, Edie? Or does anybody try to stop her?
I
Do
would
we need
try
to
and
contest-
stop her.
I would too.
Okay, then let's do a contested, we'll say Dex. Well, let's roll for initiative here.
I have advantage on initiative, but I'm still exhausted.
You don't have advantage on initiative,
Barbarians
Yes, I do.
but not while exhausted.
Well, it would
No, that's
flatten.
why I said.
Okay, I am 17.
Oh,
9.
I
15.
got a 16.
Roll for Chorus too, because he would also
Oh
probably.
yeah. Nope. 1.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Yeah, every time Dustin's like, you roll above 10. No, I fucking don't. I don't roll above 10s. I throw out middling numbers and you're like, oh, you're doing okay. You're above 15. Yeah, my modifiers are above 10. I need every bit.
I mean, I blame it's because you don't have Fernway dice. I think is what. It
Yeah,
comes down
that's the ticket. I don't wait.
to. That's why. Wow, I don't think you should call out our sponsor. and be
No,
like, yeah,
I was
they
calling
weight
out
their
you.
dice. I use my Fernway dice.
The gasp.
I just rolled a 19, just throwing it, so you know maybe do better.
Okay, so Alma Alma gets to me first.
So Alma sees you reach, and she grabs to try to stop you from grabbing your arm. Alma, what would you be?
I actually want to do the spell command. So so you'll see her eyes gloss over black,
Greatest enemy.
and it's just at first level, just because there's only one Nemea. And she is going to say the word halt. So the target doesn't move and takes no actions. So you need to make a wisdom saving throw.
See if the curse is broken with these nude dice. Nude ice.
I
What is
rolled an
it?
8 and a 9.
Oh.
No, it doesn't work. So target doesn't move and takes no actions, and then it just goes into a flying creature being aloft, but that's it.
Nemea, what are you
So-
doing?
She's got her hand around the hilt and her entire body locks up as Alma's spell takes her.
Edie like leans down and bites her hand. She's like, "Stop it!" What are you doing?
Nemea, I don't know much about medicine, but stabbing it, especially with an untreated blade, is likely to make it much worse.
Yeah, if you just take, like, literally pull it out a little bit further, you'll see it's covered in who knows what.
Yeah, don't use Edie's knives for sure.
No, I use them for everything. The sheath is where Tofu used to go to the toilet.
God.
I imagine that's also the blade that Edie used when we were in the prison.
Sting!
Yeah.
If the wound doesn't kill him, the infection will.
Yeah, I'm just thinking of all the times Edie might have cut pastries with his dagger that's poop knife.
I forgot about that part.
Horrifying.
Edie's actually immune to the poison condition or disease because of this dagger.
This dagger alone. Over years, I built up an immunity to iocane powder. Using a
Yes.
poop knife.
Using a poop
Nice.
knife.
Every time she uses it in an attack, you get to like a +1 fecal damage.
Oh God!
I have to roll a D100 and a 5% chance of infection.
Well,
Filth
not
fever.
Full fever.
Of getting like foot and mouth disease or something.
They just
like
get shivers, like
Oh god.
that. And they just stand there and dry heave for a round.
all I do
I'm
is put it up
still,
to their nose.
Dagger
I'm still
smells like
halted,
shit, man.
so I can't do anything. Do I get to make another
Well,
save?
6 seconds, you're
It just
fine,
lasts.
right?
Yeah.
Oh, just a round? No,
Yeah.
isn't it?
You're thinking a whole
Oh.
person. Command is just a. You still have control
You
of
do
your
the
body.
action
You
and
just
that's it.
you do the action.
Ah. Okay.
But
Or in
I've
this case,
bitten your
not.
hand off of my dagger, so you can't get it anymore.
And Void has stepped in and is like, kind of like, let's calm down.
Mm-mm.
Nemea, what are you doing?
A professional needs to do that.
I used to work in a apothecary. I was going to sterilize it.
I don't believe you.
Insight checks.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Norf has no horse in this race. He's just
21.
watching.
15.
C21.
18.
Matt, you can roll lie, or you can roll deception or persuasion. Don't tell him, just roll it.
Okay, I got a 13. Wait.
With
We
disadvantage.
know you're lying.
Yeah. She's not.
You said you were going to nick it when you were talking to the DM, so metagame
Yeah.
and Hayes knows exactly what you've been doing.
You
specified hang you on, were gonna
wait.
Hang on. What were you inciting?
Whether or not you were gonna just use the dagger and cut yourself open.
Yeah, instead of like taking the dagger carefully, heating it over a flame, removing any contaminants from it, and then doing a very surgical
Oh,
and
I thought
precise
you were
Needs a
lancing.
bath first.
I thought you were inciting something else. No, she was going to do it, but she doesn't have a dagger herself. So she was just gonna find something sharp and just start going into like that healing mode.
Retcon. I like it. Don't
I thought you were inciting
Everyone else
something
in
else.
this, everyone else here had one image of Nemea's action path, and Taylor
going,
had a
"Shoot,
very
shoot."
different one. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Yars.
I just think that we should go see a real, not a real cleric. What are they called? Just a medical professional.
Wow.
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 Wow. Damn.
All the shade. Hey, Alma, you suck,
I
and
said
nobody
a
loves
real
you.
cleric is not the right words.
Yeah.
I know.
She did.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
So a
Just you know what?
doctor?
A doctor, do they exist?
Ooh.
I mean, there's herbalists and apothecaries, and
So it's not a
Doctors.
doctor, it's an herbalist or an apothecary.
I mean, they have doctors.
Right, then we need
Clerics
to
are
go to the
clerics are
doctor.
generally better suited for things, but you can go see a hedge doctor kind of person, or a guy with
She
a
said she
guy with a
doesn't
guy
know
with a
what she
plague
does.
mask.
Isn't that a
We need to
lawn
find
mine?
someone that has a bit more knowledge. Oh, this is gonna be
Right.
some weird shit that Stead's done though with the dragon stuff. Are you growing extra legs? Are they uniform? Like she's growing something in a perfect spot, or are they randomized and different sized?
They all appear to be kind of running up and down her ribs, under
Exactly
her
the
arms.
same spots on both sides.
Correct.
You've got something growing.
Nemea, would you mind
I've
if I
got something under my skin.
Nemea, would you mind if I took some time to do an identify on you real quick? Just to see if this is curse or some magic, or if it is just infection.
Should I do a detect magic?
That would be a faster way, actually, yes.
Let's do that. I
Both of you can do it.
close my eyes and
I want to sterilize this blade.
detect magic. You're not. No. He
All
goes
the-
to like bite you again if you come close to her blade.
She goes to nip back.
She knows that that's the best way to get through to Maya. She's Edie's
Biting.
gonna bite her back.
May just plonks herself on the floor cross-legged, wraps her up,
Right.
wraps her tail like around her legs, and the barbs are just twitching like a cat's tail.
I cast a first level detect magic and I concentrate it onto. Oh yeah, it's fine. It just works. Should just work if there's magic going on.
Let's take a look here.
And health specialists aren't going to be open this time of night.
The emergency room.
Does Cezanne have universal health care?
I mean, I have a Nemea has got backup funds.
Yeah.
She can afford it.
If the fact that you have a fantasy world having universal healthcare before the United States does, that's just
That's the real fantasy.
That's the fantasy there.
Mm-hmm.
8 hours of sleep and healthcare for everyone.
Balls.
Edie, with detect magic, there is no sign of magic present.
Even if I get really close,
You get really close and still don't see
a
anything.
squint. I pull Ellie out and I like smush her head into like wrinkles.
No
Nope.
signs of magic.
No magic. No magic. So identify wouldn't work, would it? Because that.
No, that would only, if it was magic, it would let me know what it does. Alma, do you have any prayers that can sort out disease?
Let me see. Just 1 second, folks. Just double checking. I have. Where the hell are you? I know it's here. Sorry, everybody. I just
you're fine.
need a second.
Clerics have so much to keep track of.
Mhm.
Too much. Nope, that's not it. That's not it. I do have lesser restoration. So, let me look at this really quick. So I can touch a creature, and obviously, if there's one disease or one condition afflicting it. So, blinded, deafened, paralyzed, or poisoned. I don't know if that's broad scope enough, though.
But it also hits disease.
Yeah, so, eyes are still glossed over black, and Alma will reach her hand over to, Nemea's shoulder, and then cast Lesser Restoration.
When you feel the spell leave your body, there's no reaction in these spots, these swollen sections of her body, letting you know it's not any of the things that Lesser Restoration would have taken care of. So it helps eliminate what it's not, but it doesn't tell you anything more about what it is.
Well, it's not a disease or poison. It's a little beyond my realm of expertise at the moment.
As you guys are observing this, time has gone by. It's a little bit later now. You feel a buzz in your pocket, Void.
Our table's ready.
As the stone goes off.
No, I
And-
want to sleep.
You hear the voice of Aldine. I need you at the castle now. This is not a request. Get here.
All of us?
Us, all of us, but it only works once, so no answer, I would bet. Oh, well, that was Aldine. She's fine. Asked how the kids are. No, she wants us at the castle right away. Apparently the council really enjoys having late night meetings, but at least it's kind of like midday for us, so
Just want to go to bed.
yeah.
That's fine. Let's go.
Edie, you can rest on my shoulder on the way.
Void suddenly has a memory. One thing before we go, just in case. Yuri, can you help me finish off that document?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go over and forge Stead's signature on that document we made.
Did you want me to, or Yuri to forge it?
I actually have a higher modifier than you.
Howdy, that's the wrong person. I'm proficient.
So am I.
Since when? Why did you need me then?
I wanted help. I wanted some advantage rolls.
Fine.
Void has always been proficient in forgery tools. It's just never come up.
I did not know that. Yes, Yuri will assist.
So yeah, we still have Stead's pen, Stead's ink, Stead's seal. So I want to give it the best shot we have and sign his name on the confessy
Okay.
line.
Make your performance check. Or no, how did we do this? We did a performance check, right?
Dex
Like a
with
dex-based performance check with proficiency.
well, it was Dex based. I'm forgetting the name of the tools now. Forgery kit tools.
Okay. Yeah.
Proficiency.
Go ahead. Go ahead and do that with your advantage.
Alrighty. Okay.
In the meantime, Alma will just slap slap Void on the back and will
Careful.
cast.
I'm just a slap on the back while they're working with a pen, like, oh, careful.
Oh, okay, sorry. Gently touch. Gently touch
Alma
Void
has no chill.
on the shoulder.
Bam.
So you can roll a d4 to add to that.
Thank you. I greatly appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Okay. I'm so fucking nervous. It was not a great roll, but I have good numbers, especially thanks to Alma. Alma, you got me +3 on that. I had +8, so that's +11, so 21 total.
Okay. It is a very passable signature of Stedds.
Do the wax, seal it, and it's as good as it's gonna be.
Do we need to go as well?
Aldeem was not very specific, so it's probably better to have you there than to not have you there and then have Grim send you a magical message and then spend an hour waiting for you to get there, is my bet. Maybe they don't need you, and maybe you just chill in the lobby. I don't know.
Fine. We'll go, but we'll only come in if we're needed.
Thank you.
You're always needed.
Certainly appreciated.
I
That's
promised I
nice.
would help you. Yes, the quicker we go, the quicker we can go back to bed.
Yes.
Let's do this.
You are in the right district, so it doesn't take you too terribly long to get to the castle. When you arrive, you are met by Aldeem. Thank you for coming so quickly. I have something to show you.
I assumed you meant all of us. I wasn't sure. You gotta... Okay, never mind. Yeah, we're here.
So I didn't know. I assumed that anybody you were with, you would. I trust your judgment.
Well, here's a band. I've brought the whole group.
Come with me. And she just walks and leads you into the castle. She takes you down the hallway, and you end up going down some stairs and into a well-lit hallway. And then she leads you outside a door. What I'm about to show you, fuck, it's best if you just see it. And she opens the door, and
Can I insight check this real quick?
Yeah,
I'm
I was
good.
gonna say
Sorry.
I want to
Yeah.
insight.
I just got
check
big
her too.
spooky vibes off of this.
yeah,
Do we want to go in the room?
Oh, for fuck's
22.
sake!
I also got
Fuck.
22. Hey, 22 buddies!
Got a 16.
what are you inciting? So I know
Is-
how to answer.
Is this like a deception? Is she leading us into a trap?
Yeah.
She seems very, very uncomfortable, very honest, though. She is distraught in this moment.
Okay. This is by sideways, I'm asking, is this her? Do we believe that this is actually her right now and not like some
From-
facsimile or something?
From everything that you can tell, this seems to be her.
Okay. Picking up on
Um,
her nerves, I'm just gonna real quick put on a judgment of clarity. So
Okay.
Void's eyes get a little bit brighter as the judgment takes over, and I just have a little bit of a bonus to looking at stuff.
Right? That'll come in handy as the door opens. You see a bedroom with a desk that has a whole bunch of books. It's very cluttered looking as books are open. It looks like they've been being rifled through. There is dressers and things that have been tossed. There's stuff all over the floor. And you see the body of Grim Evenwood laying on the ground. Blood pooled under him, his eyes lifeless.
Oh shit.
How long has it been like this?
I just found him right before I messaged you. That's why I called you to get you down here. I know you were working with
Tried
him.
healing him.
Alma, can I run up and can I check to see how long he's been dead for, or try to do a
Yeah,
rough
go make
estimate?
a medicine check. Yep.
Alright. That's 22 medicine.
The blood is cold and congealing. It appears to have been some time.
He's been dead for a while, and I'll tell that to everybody.
At least a few hours.
At least a few hours.
How long did it take us to get to the castle?
Probably only 15, 20 minutes.
And then for Void and Alma, it was like a couple hours to go to the other district and then turn around and come back.
Void is gonna blink heavily and whisper a prayer, and when their eyes open up, they are have this like ethereal sheen to them, I'm gonna use a second level spell and cast See Invisibility. And I'm just looking around the room for anything that's in the ethereal plane, anything that's hiding out invisible, any invisible sensors, or just is something still lurking here? I'm in full detective mode.
You look around, nothing appears to be invisible at this point in time. Grim is laying there. You see a big wound in his stomach area, but nothing is invisible. And then does Quorus want to do anything either? Since you're controlling him as well,
yeah.
and I want to remind you that you're doing that as well.
Oh God.
While Matt's doing that, while Matt's
You've only got
doing
2,
that,
I've got 3.
I wanted to ask, with the 22 I had for medicine, would I be able to extract any more info about the wound or anything else regarding Grim?
The wound was a dagger wound, and it was like, you can tell, like it was like they stuck it in and just moved it all around and like just really made a big mess of it there. And looking at Grim with that as well, you see no defensive wounds on him at all. Like it doesn't appear like it was any kind of struggle. He was very much caught by surprise, and didn't have any reason to try to protect himself until it was too late.
I think Chorus is doing a similar thing to Void of like scanning for evidence, but maybe from like a tracking standpoint of like footprints in, footprints out, that kind of thing.
So Chorus can I'll let him do like an investigation check as he's doing his then.
Okay.
Yuri's doing that as well.
Okay. Nemea, this also has make a wisdom save.
Fuck. 6.
You are immediately overwhelmed by the similarities of this to Arati and his death, in the way that there was no defensive wounds, any kind of fight was put up from him at all that you can tell. And also, the room is tossed in a very similar manner. And it kind of breaks you a little bit. Like that connection to Arati hits you, and you have a moment where you're just stunned and can't move for like a moment. It's just the feelings overwhelm you. It's only like a few seconds. It's not like this long-lasting paralysis, but it's a momentary paralysis where those memories just flood you of Arati.
Her whole body tenses, and the black veins in her arms pulse a couple of times. Her her mouth strains, and it looks almost as if it's going to shift, but she's able to pull it back together in those couple of seconds.
And you go up next to Nemea, and she wraps her like arm entwined with her, and then gives her hand, like wrap around, and then grabs her hand. Just gives it a good squeeze.
She doesn't move for a second, and then puts her own arms around. Like, she flinches at the touch. It seems that Nemea will only accept the touch if permission has been asked, or if she's allowed someone to touch. Any touch that she's not expecting, she's flinching from. Sort of when she snaps back to it, she realizes that it's Edie, and she'll wrap her arms around her, and a wing will also encompass Edie. Is there any... If I'm having flashbacks to that, to Arati's house, can we smell sulfur?
What did Chorus roll?
I was going to ask, is Yuri helping Chorus, or is a flat roll for both of us?
Corey was going to help Yuri.
Okay.
So just a flat roll for Chorus.
Okay.
Sorry.
I cannot roll, y'all, a 7.
Because I've got great.
Go ahead.
Thank God.
Do I roll anything do I roll anything for Void, or would Void be helping Chorus in this instance?
Well, Void was doing one type of like looking into, but you can absolutely still do your own investigation check along with it, because there's nothing invisible, so you can.
Okay.
Do
yeah, I am
both while
scanning
you're-
for clues. I just wanted to make sure that if there was something invisible or ethereal, I could see
absolutely.
that too.
Yep, absolutely.
19 on investigation for Yuri.
What does Nemea roll for investigation with her disadvantage?
Nemea is not.
Well, you asked about
She's-
smelling sulfur.
Oh,
I guess that'd be perception. That'd be perception. So go to perception with that. Still with disadvantage.
Why do I? 3.
Nemea doesn't, but Yuri does. There is a faint trace of sulfur smell.
You guys saying that there was devils and demons snatching you from your rooms?
I got a 16 on investigation, 17 if it's with respect to fiends or extraplanar stuff.
It definitely brings up memories and feelings of the Rakshasa. And you do smell that slight trace of sulfur.
I smell it too. Our friend was here, I think.
What do you mean?
You know, circumstances of how you originally brought us in, this whole weird hell portal thing that was happening, and we helped sort it out, and
Yes, of course.
there's been a Rakshasa following us. And everywhere that it's gone, we've smelled sulfur. We smelled it a little bit in the king's chamber. We smelled it a little bit. We smell it a little bit now, at least I do. And Yuri, I think, does.
Mm-hmm.
You're
Smells
right.
frosty.
And this looks very much, and Void's gonna like very quickly look over at Nemea, see that Nemea's with Edie, sort of like assume that's fine. We've seen scenes like this before.
Well, I've left the body alone. I know you were working with him. The council's going to need to hear about this. I think your insight would be most valuable. But would you like to investigate the room a little further before we take this to the council so we have information to give them?
Yuri's already going around the room trying to figure out, okay, those
not
books were sat there. Like, she's trying to
interested in
repiece
getting in-
the room to see if she can find anything that's missing.
What?
Edie, go ahead.
Edie's gonna like go up to Void, and even though probably everyone else can hear, she's just gonna like, you know, that little tug to like pull you to my face, and I'm like, are we gonna get blamed for this if we don't have a good enough?
We had better not. And I'm saying that to Edie, but then also very much to Aldine.
I feel like this is
You are
another-
not suspects in this. You were not here.
I just want to make sure because you weren't here, and so I reached out to Grim first.
I understood. Yes, he reported to me as soon as I got back. And in fact, we were supposed to meet later this evening, which is how I found his body.
And Edie, you showed him the prison, didn't you?
Mhm.
What prison?
I want you to know, it's very frustrating to me that burden of proof. But there is a devil in your midst. That Grim is now dead.
Yes.
The king was killed under very
He's not dead
sideways. Yes. And then like Void checks in with Nemea, like seriously, how many people are blabbing to see like if Nemea knows? Okay, well that's
Nemea's completely confused, had no idea.
that's a weird comfort.
Yuri also is like, but she continues.
Okay, but what dungeon are we talking about?
Stedds, where Nemea and Corey were kept and experimented on.
That's unsettling.
You sent me there.
But I guess she didn't know that Grim went there.
I did not. He had not mentioned that yet. I imagine that's something that he would have brought up in our meeting tonight. Alma, with your investigation that I had you roll while you were investigating the body, you notice one of Grim's hands is clenched tightly shut. But you notice that there's a little piece of paper sticking out
I'll start peeling back at his fingers to try and wrench out. Rigor mortis, I'd imagine, hasn't set in fully yet, so it's easy for me to peel
No,
back.
it's been a few hours. The body is pretty stiff at this point.
Oopsies.
But you are able to do it. And you hear some like crack, crack as the fingers like the release. They're not breaking the bones, but it's just the sounds of the rigor mortis being set in. And you see a piece of paper that does have some blood stains on it. But on it, it is a. Do you speak Elvish?
I do not.
Yuri
we had
and
two
Corey
elves.
do. Yeah.
I don't want to say anything yet just because of hearing the conversation, so I'm actually going to look over my shoulder and do a mind link with Corey, and I'll just say, Corey, your assistance is required. And just kind of nod my head for Corey to come over this way.
You have it.
Course.
He responds. Corey responds telepathically and moves over to Alma.
Course is going to help Yuri as she's searching the room.
I'll let the you guys do an investigation check as well.
If Chorus is helping, then that is going to be wrong character. 22.
As you guys go through, you see books have been looked through and tossed, and you see drawers have been looted and things. Nothing was taken that you can see. But I will say, when Corey comes over, he looks at the strip of paper that was being held onto, and it is a blurb that was torn out of something. And you guys don't see anything as you're looking through that appears to have had anything torn out of it. So something is missing, but you don't know that something is missing until they relay it to you, just to loop that in. And it talks about an extremely rare poison of hellish origins called infernal tears. And it's literally tears that are forcefully pulled from devils themselves. That is poison to the material plane. And Grim had a note, like your highlighted parts of it, emphasizing the type of effects that it has that match up, and the caustic nature of it, the acidic nature of it, that match up. Well, you don't know because you don't know.
I'm
He
guessing.
wasn't there.
Well, with Corey, I'd imagine with giving Corey the note, Corey would relay whatever.
But he doesn't know anything about it either. He just sees this note and highlighted portions, but it means nothing to him.
Okay.
Nor
Yeah,
would it
he'll
mean anything
relay
to you.
telepathically.
Understands the words.
Yeah, he's going to relay through the mental link. This is talking about a poison pulled from devil's tears.
And I guess the question that I have is the
What does
highlight
Yuri say?
Yeah, the man
Yuri
just took
can't
it
hear.
over.
Yuri's investigating.
So
Oh, I thought you said. Oh,
Corey and Alma are mind linked.
I thought you mind linked with Yuri as well.
Everybody's just
Corey
linked
is
with
mind
each
linked.
other.
Corey, no, he
I can
hasn't.
I can
I
only
thought
From
you
do
now
I
on,
thought
the
you
rest of
passed
this
on
show
the-
is telepathic conversation only.
Yeah.
I can only do
Corey,
it with one person at a time. So
Corey can link to multiple, but he's currently only linked with Yuri.
Oh, so he does share the information with Yuri or not?
He can control. You can control what channel it goes down,
Mhm.
can't you? Yeah. So he doesn't share yet.
what are the? Would Corey be able to read the effects? Like, I know Corey wouldn't know what they're about.
Yeah,
but
I mean, he can read the poison's effects.
Okay.
He tells you everything. Anything
It
that's
just-
on that bit of paper, he reads.
It just
to you.
has no context to it, so it doesn't mean anything to him.
Would it mean something to
words
Alma?
though?
Yeah, would it mean anything to me?
Alma hasn't. Well,
Because Grim spilled the
Alma has-
beans.
but she didn't. He didn't go into detail about the poisoning. He didn't go into detail about how you guys found him. So it really still wouldn't mean much to her. It might. No, it really wouldn't, because without the knowledge that the king, because he didn't describe that the king was encased in like a crystal, right?
He just said he
No.
wasn't currently.
Yeah,
Ruling.
Currently
yeah.
ruling,
we
yeah.
did though.
Right. Right, you do, but okay. So once
No,
again,
no. We
this
told
information.
Alma.
Yeah.
Oh.
I told Alma what was going on with the king
Yes.
when I told her the truth about it, and
Yeah.
told him that she wasn't dead. He was poisoned, and he was stuck in a crystal, and that's why you couldn't talk to
Okay,
him.
so
And
if
then
you had mentioned the
Boris
poison,
explained
then
it
yes,
further to
Then-
Alma.
then yes,
Ah.
that might give her some context to give her some reason to be a little more excited about this piece of information.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm playing 3 clueless characters. I can't keep up.
And I'm playing 100, and I'm also clueless. So it's
All right. So, with asking Corey about what the effects are and starting to kind of like loosely connect the dots, she'll gesture her hand towards Corey with the hope of quietly asking back for the note.
Yep.
And she's actually gonna tuck it in her shirt, and then stand up and aim her focus towards Void, and she'll say, "We have a problem," and she'll sever the link with Corey and she'll share it with Void.
Void is going to like feign headache out of the little like tiff they were having with Aldim, and it's gonna be like, "What's the problem?"
Problem is that Grim.
and I will real quick. I will say that through all this, Aldim is just seeing a lot of silence and a lot of looking around. She's like, "I'll leave you guys to it," and
Okay.
she steps out, so we can stop the having to share everything telepathically.
Secrets.
There's so much secrets. It's taking a lot of time to be like, I'm severing this link. And how many? It's going back to how many locks does this door have?
So, waiting for Aldim to like go a fair distance away,
He
she'll.
leaves the room entirely.
Yeah.
Closes the door.
So Alma will actually take the note out of her shirt and she'll hold it out for everyone to see. Grim had this in his hand when he died.
What does
His
it say?
notes. Corey translated it where it is the instructions and the information of a poison called Infernal Tears. Extremely rare. And a lot of the consequences of being exposed to said poison sounds an awful lot like a certain king on a certain throne.
Yes. And Void will, it's like, Nemea, Corey, Yuri, I can't remember if you know. The king is not dead. The king is trapped in a magic thingy to keep him from dying of a poison of unknown nature. Grim told me yesterday when we left that he needed to talk to us about the poison. Tonight, he just said later. And then now we find this. So this feels very much like an attempt at covering tracks.
A very messy cover.
Well,
that-
whoever-
There's something with
We
these
seem
devils,
to be
they don't
the
really
only
care.
ones held to our actions to consequences. So
Exactly. And these devils don't seem to care if things are messy. They almost want things to be messy.
whoever's responsible for this, it caught Grim by surprise. He has no defensive wounds on him whatsoever. And it's a dagger wound in his gut.
Any of you who have fiendish proficiencies or history or ties to fiendish things, you can make I'll say an Arcana or History check. I will let you choose which one you want to use. Go ahead and roll and let me know your numbers. And a reminder, you are disadvantage.
Yes. Finally a good number.
5. fuck is with these dice?
I got 23 on Arcana.
Wait,
Oh,
I
wait.
just
Sorry.
Chorus would also probably roll.
Chorus would probably roll, and I forgot I have my judgment, so that's actually a 26.
Nice.
and just curious, when I did the lesser restoration, would that have cured any of her exhaustion?
It's
I
greater that does exhaustion. I'm
Okay,
pretty sure.
never mind. I just wanted to ask just to verify.
I'm so sorry, Conlon. 7 for Chorus on Arcana. Well, let me see if he has history. Hold on. Nope. Poor boy with no, only 1 intelligence proficiency. Yeah, just a 7.
So, Void, you know that this is very out of the ordinary, because you talk about like they want to make that is not devils. Devils are evil, but they have generally a very strict code about things, and they very orderly.
Yes.
It is traditionally demons that would be more of this type of mess.
Void was speaking specifically towards this Rakshasa. Because the
Exactly.
Rakshasa basically was like, chaos reigns, like the last time we met.
That's why it stands
yeah.
out so much for you, because this is so different from the normal character of what devils do, that it does, like, it is almost like they want to be seen. They want to cause this kind of chaos.
Yeah.
It is very much seeming to be a very intentional way of doing things. Not that he's sloppy.
Mm-hmm. And I'll
Covering their tracks.
This
I'll
is
make-
a calling card.
make that clear to the group. Like, this, devils don't work this way. And a Rakshasa technically isn't a devil, but it's clearly in league with, it's moving the pieces on the board. And some of those pieces are these gates. Some of these pieces are, almost looks at Nemea, then doesn't, and is just like, this is a very complicated plan. If we're finding clues, it could be a mistake, it could be intentional.
They're trying to blame demons?
Melissa, you're muted. Maybe?
Alma realizes she has a voice, so then she asks the question again. So I don't understand. What does this Rakshasa have to do with all of you?
Oh god, remember the conversation about percentages and how there's a 50% chance you get abducted and there's a 50% chance you don't? The Rakshasa's the thing that's abducting people or killing them or whatever. We're pretty sure that the last time we saw someone killed by this, the Rakshasa did it. And apologies if it was relevant and I failed to mention it. When I left Brittlebane, it was there. I got out of there
It was
before it
at-
could find me.
Brittlebane?
What? Void, why didn't you say anything?
I was out of there and I was in a very strange headspace and the detail slipped, but it is on our path. It's either following us or it is setting up the things ahead of us.
Would Alma know a lot about Rakshasas? Rakshasa.
Rakshasa, you
Um,
can make a religion check.
Okay. Just because since she deals more with death and dying, I didn't know if she'd have. What's my. I'm such a good cleric with -1 religion. Oh, not bad. 16.
You know very little about them. You are vaguely familiar with the idea, as Matt did, that their hands are basically switched. You know that they have the ability to change shapes. You've never encountered one.
Mhm.
You've never met anybody before this group who had, so your experience is pretty limited.
Would Alma have an idea of whether or not Rakshasas are like revenants, where they're kind of fixated on certain people?
You don't know enough about Rakshasas themselves to know that.
Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to check just to make sure. Well, this Rakshasa is clearly invested in all of you.
And for all the wrong reasons.
And you said this room looks tossed? Like someone's.
Like somebody went through looking for things, yes.
You're telling me that they went through this entire room and didn't check his hands?
Well, essentially, they took whatever this note is from.
Or like I said, every
Put
piece
it
of
exactly
evidence.
where we could find it.
Mm-hmm.
Is
Well-
the cure or something dangerous? Something that really could kill the king?
It wouldn't even. I think it didn't even say anything about a cure in that book, did it? Or in the
Did
page
not.
that got ripped.
It did not. It was just enough information about the poison itself.
It had
And the rest of
nothing
the
in
book is missing?
it. Yes.
Nobody
Seems
came
so.
across anything that had any pages or chunks of pages torn out.
Would Nemea know anything about this kind of poison?
Make,
Roll, I swear to God.
yeah, this would be what, a medicine check or a herbal, but you can add your herbalism proficiency, I guess, or I'll say medicine.
New dice. I am proficient with. Shit. 7.
He knows nothing about this poison.
Wait, that was just the first roll.
It's not going to get better.
No, it didn't.
I'm kind of tempted to have Alma kind of skirt.
Actually, Yuri, how much experience would Yuri have with poisons?
Yuri would
Being in
have
the
some.
Underdark,
Yeah.
Being with Drow, specifically in
Yeah,
a very murdery
exactly.
household.
and being
Yep.
a rogue.
I'm more
Yeah,
inclined
in the
to be
Thieves Guild.
Drow Underdark thing.
Yeah. She would have.
She can make a check as well.
She doesn't dabble in it, but she knows of it. She left that life behind.
Yeah!
Oh, yes, Yuri! Come on!
Yuri has heard of infernal tears. It is the cost to acquire them is usually far greater than the value of having them. They are 100% of the time effective because it does require a very powerful magic to be able to save the person's life, and you have to act immediately. The Yuri doesn't know all the details that went into the spell that's preserving the king's life, which is the only reason that he's staying alive. But she knows that there's not a spell per se that will undo this. It has to be some sort of powerful magical item that will be used to cleanse the poison. Because
So
it's
there's
not
no-
a standard poison.
There's no antidote. It
There's-
has to be.
Then that's why it's fatal 100% of the time.
Got you.
Because by the time somebody's poisoned, to the ability to get said powerful magic item to them is, you just don't have time. The fact that the king, when he took effect and was able to be responded to so quickly by the powerful magics that did preserve him, are the only reason that he is still alive. But even that is still counting down to 0. But because nobody knew what it was, they didn't know to be seeking said magical item.
So we need
Do
to
I
find
know
the
said magical item?
We need to
You
go
do
to
not.
the
Yuri will
collector.
relay. Damn it.
And it's not necessarily a set magical item. It is just it needs to be a powerful magical item that is channeled. Like there's not one like, hey, this is the item that cures this. It's we need something of enough power to apply to it. There could be several healing items out there that could be compatible.
Go do some research. That's not on my forte.
We're in the kingdom of Saison, though. In the castle. With
Of
the
the
head... With the head of magic. Surely they would have something that powerful here.
If they did, it's not here anymore.
I can imagine Grim would keep something like that in his room.
Council has been fairly idiotic up until this point.
Yeah, literally. Do not like any of them.
So Nemea, she was here previously before King Andrel was poisoned. She remembers him to be a very wise, very strong ruler it's only after his poisoning that things seem to have fallen apart. Nemea would know that it was very much him holding things together, and they were giving insight and wisdom. But when they were asked to lead the kingdom, everything started going haywire. If you can bring him back, you think he could probably bring back balance to the Force.
There's got a vault
You beat me
here.
to it.
I didn't hear what Edie said.
Do you think that they might have a vault here, a big cage where they put all of their special stuff?
I think that would be the best place. Should we go and tell Eldim what we found? I don't think anything else is going to be in here.
I don't think there's anything to be gained from hiding any of this. There's not any, like, reliquaries in here. There's no storage in here, right? Nowhere to
You
put a
didn't come
magic item.
across anything. This appears to have been like his private bedroom / study. I'll let you do one more investigation check, and I'll say with advantage still, because somebody will help you.
Yeah, I was going to say Yuri
Now that
got
you,
like a
now
22
that you
or
kind
a
of have an
24.
idea of what you're looking for.
Yeah,
Should I do another detect magic, Void?
that would probably help.
I'll help you with investigating.
It'd likely
He
be.
casts detect magic and does a sweep of the room. It's 30 feet, so she just does like a little square in the center.
It's not a big room, and there's no magic presence that you can
No
sense.
items in here.
Unless they're behind lead. And I'm looking around. I got a 22.
With a 22, you do find a small panel that's actually hidden behind his bed frame that is lead lined. But as you open it up, yes, your detect magic does detect magical items, but it seems to be things like potions and things of that nature. There is a wand.
Ooh.
Anything fun?
A wand.
Wands can be very fun.
And there are
Yeah.
potions that give off magical properties, but I don't know what they are yet, so I will have to look those up and tell you.
Should I leave them? They're magical.
He's not using them. Just go boop, 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 boop.
Chuck them in the bag of holding.
Chaotic neutral. Chuck him in the bag. Sort it out later. Boop, doo.
Shall we go and get Eldim then?
Let's get
Are
on.
we done in here?
Yes.
Mhm.
Are
Is that
As
Can actually just quickly, does that piece of paper, Edie just goes and like gives it a big sniff, and then is it smell sulfury?
Yes.
what is it eating?
It smells like sulfur, really bad. This specifically, and I've like got my face like pressed into your hand because I'm guessing you're still holding the note.
Would any of the others, just because I only met Grim very recently, would the handwriting on the note actually match what would have been Grim's handwriting?
Would not.
It was
Probably
theoretically
from
from a book.
I think.
Yeah.
Right, but it had
Or-
a note on
Oh,
the side,
yeah.
a handwritten note.
Yes, it does not match his at all.
Oh, what's the handwritten part say? Oh, that's just the underlining and like an
Mhm.
exclamation.
So yeah, he
point.
highlighted some stuff, yes, and put kind of like some. Those of you who had it recognize the writing, and maybe I had the wrong language. I'm trying to remember now. Of the book from the Goblin Lady,
Okay.
of the from her journal.
This is one of her books.
oh, I thought everything was in Goblin in her journal.
That's like what I said. I realized I might have done the wrong language all of a sudden.
Eh.
It's too late now. You guys have information. I needed to move the story
Okay.
forward for that.
The one book we didn't check was in
Edie
Elvish.
used comprehend language. We'll just wreck on that.
Yes.
You just
look.
hear Edie.
Yeah, I think we should talk to Eldim. No.
Are you taking the potions?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they
So
got it into
there
the
are-
bag.
There
And
are
they
3
closed the panel.
potions. Void. I'll just give you the description for now.
Okay.
One has a maroon color. One has let's see here. a myrtle color, whatever fucking color that is.
Moaning?
And then the moaning myrtle, so it's very ghostly. And the other is a malachite coloring.
Oh, it's like a green.
And you said there was a wand.
There is a wand, yes.
Yeah, jamming those in the bag of holding until we can identify them.
Okay.
As well as the note. We're taking a note too.
Yeah.
And I actually, do you want to take a copy of what's written?
That's probably a good idea. And
In
Boyd'll
case they need it. In case our dean just takes it.
Boyd'll
for
get out
proof.
their journal and start writing down everything about it. While I'm examining the note, does Edie mention that it smells really bad like sulfur?
Yes.
Can I do an investigation to like, would that have happened just with close proximity to the Rakshasa? Like Grim is like, oh no.
You're trying to see if it's like a contact.
Yeah,
odor?
like did it happen because the Rakshasa was near the note, or did it happen because the Rakshasa had the note and put it in his hand?
Yeah, or did the Rakshasa write the note?
Yeah.
Leave that.
Like is basically the Rakshasa wanting us to think that this is a find, that this is planted evidence?
Also, okay, think about it this way. When his hand
We are
was
getting
grabbed
so
over the,
like
we're getting
deep
into it.
into the like
Yep.
But
deep,
when he
deep
was
state here,
holding the
man.
note, when he was holding the note, was he holding it in a random fist, or was it like it looked like he grabbed a page out of a book and was holding it, like, or was it folded in his hand, or was it shoved into his hand in a ball, or like those things as well would probably help tell us whether or not he like folded it and kept it hidden, or if he was grabbing something that the Rakshasa was trying to take, or if it was put into his hand after he was dead. There's blood on it. It had blood on it.
Your whole calling attention to the fact that like devils don't do disorderly
Yeah.
things
No,
has
you're fine.
definitely spiked all of our paranoias.
I'm just trying to think of how to roll this because there's
If
like
you say
levels of insight.
If there's no way to
There's-
know it, then that's fine.
Yes.
Yeah, there's just so many levels of. I'm gonna just let you run with your paranoia right now.
Investigation? But yeah.
Will at least tell me if the note is folded or scrunched.
It is scrunched, like he was fisting it.
And it was, but like as in it was never folded at all.
No,
Okay.
And is it torn like scraggly, like, or is it a clean tear?
it is a tear. Not like it doesn't look like it was cut out. It looks like it was torn out.
And it wasn't
But, like,
taking
as in-
time. He
but
didn't like fold a
but, like,
crease.
Correct.
And
It is a
fold-
very.
Or
You
was it,
can,
like,
okay, I'll let you have an investigation for the tears.
so I can see them with my eyes.
And maybe a little bit of the sulfur like contact stuff.
I got a natural 20.
I
minus
also
Yeah.
got a natural 20.
Yeah. It was.
There they are.
It does appear to have been a contact sulfur smell. Like it just, it's even. It's not. I wouldn't say it's not strongly. It's more of it's a much fainter smell of sulfur than even was in the presence of the room. The tear was very much rough and quickly, almost as if a dying action, like last ditch grasp to try to hold on to some information, hoping that somebody might find the information that could do something with it.
Nice.
Perfect. Thank
Awesome.
you.
With two
Yeah.
natural 20s, I have to give you that.
By the way, my total, because it's having to do with a fiend, is a 30.
Fuck yes.
Yeah.
Mine went to an 18.
18. By our powers combined.
Yes.
As
Here
everyone's
I'm
then,
just like the crazy person that's like giving all the ideas, and you're like the one that can put them together.
I think we're both like bouncing our paranoias, like little like ping pong paranoia, and then we're like, no, okay, it makes sense. This was Grim. This was very likely Grim that did this. This is not a plant.
Yes.
did oh sorry, as everyone's leaving the room to go and talk to Eldeem, Nemea's gonna be the last one to leave, and then she's just gonna stand over Grim's body. You still owe me. Death doesn't free you from that. And then walk out.
As you guys exit the room, we'll go ahead and take our break.
Okay.
and then so
Need it.
go do your stuff that you need, and then we will be back in 10 minutes. See you soon.
Yeah.
See you then.
We're back. Just like that. Did it flash in and then like go away
A
again?
little tiny bit,
little-
yeah. A little
I was,
bit.
Welcome back, everybody. In case you are just joining us, Bobby Tables.
Robertables is
Oh.
here?
The Burnables is here. I hope at least they came in. You missed out on some stuff. The group was having a moment at the hotel. They discovered some bumps on the side of Nemea that appear to be some sort of weird infection. And things like that. And they also had a summons from Aldim. And with that summons, they were called to the castle immediately. They arrived only to be shown the dead body of Grim, the council member wizard, who they had relayed basically all the information to about Stead. They had done some investigation. We found some information that tied them to the Rakshasa, the death to the Rakshasa, as well as a piece of paper being held in the hand of Grim with some information on it about a poison called Infernal Tears, which they pieced together as the poison that might have been used to poison the king. After examining the room a little more thoroughly, thinking about looking for a secret hiding place, they did discover a small alcove behind the bed of Grim that contained 3 potions and a wand. They exited the room, and that is where we picked up.
Aldim.
While we're
Aldim
walking to
Is
Aldim,
not there, but you see her in just a few seconds walking back up the hall.
Haley, what were you saying?
I just quickly grab Nemea for just 2 seconds while we're walking out.
Yeah.
Nemea, would you be okay if we told people about what's going on so we can try and find a way to figure out the best person to look at it?
Look at.
Your
Oh,
lumps.
me? Yeah, I was
If
kind
you
of
want to
hoping
keep
Grim
it to
could.
yourself, that's fine, but I also want to...
No, I want it gone.
Okay, just making sure. And then
Yeah.
I wait till we see Aldim before I mention anything.
And then a few moments later, Aldim does show up walking up the hall. That's exactly what I was thinking. As soon as she said that, I wanted to... What you gonna do with all them lumps? All them lumps.
lumps inside your ribs.
Oh,
Anyway.
that got me good.
Yeah, it's exactly where my head was at. I was like, no, for once I'm gonna be good.
Hold back. Be mature. I just put it. I had to
Hold
put it
the
in chat.
line.
It had to
Hold
go
the
somewhere.
line.
There's always one.
Yeah.
One of us doesn't do it, the other will.
Yep.
Aldim comes up to you. I've summoned the council. It's time for us all to meet. Please, if you'll join us.
Aldim, before we go in there, do we know that there is not a co-conspirator in league with Stead on the council? Not just in a way of like, oh, I agree with what Stead says because it benefits me. In a way of like, is actively killing people.
We know nothing. We didn't know that Stead was, as you say, actively involved with anything beyond the standard corruption that is often associated with government and ruling. This is all uncharted territory, and
Who else is
We
the
are
most corrupt then?
I would say none of us are really. We've all, under the king, we all controlled the kingdom relatively evenly.
Stead
I mean,
was always corrupt.
Stead has always been a bastard.
And
But-
you kept him around.
Well, he handled the money well, it seemed. We weren't aware of the full levels of his depravity until the death of the king, when he seemed to be trying to consolidate some sort of power, and then we had no authority to remove him because there was no authority.
Aldim, didn't you say that, yeah, Stebb was always a bit of a prick, but he was in good favor with the king, and he only started acting unusual over the last couple of months? Has anyone else started to act odd?
Not that I've noticed. Stead went through a lot with the death of his son, and he was gone for a while. We all honestly thought he was probably going to step away and really, give up his position, and somebody else would step in. He was gone for probably months before returning. And then he was different, but I mean, the loss of a child can do that, right?
Really?
Do you know where he went? Who he was with?
I mean, I would assume that it was home just to recover and to think
Did he
about
return
life.
to the city the same time that we did?
No, he's been back for a few months.
He's been back for a few months and hasn't been traveling anywhere.
Well, I mean, he travels, of course. We don't ask about his every bit of information that he does. He's a grown adult. He doesn't owe us explanation to wherever he goes.
So he could be responsible for all of this.
All of what?
All of
You
it.
think Stead is somehow associated with the poisoning of the king, with the portals that you were
Absolutely.
talking about?
Yes. Yeah, I do.
That is a lot of things, but
He's
Okay.
a monster.
Here's the thing, and I am running out of patience on this front. Your group, your council wants evidence. You want to be responsible. You want to do it by the book. Enemies don't do that. Villains don't do that. They don't let laws shackle them. They use laws to protect themselves. And right now you are being had at every level. You are losing a fight for the soul for this city. And you are losing spectacularly. If you do not start listening to us and start believing the things that we have seen and that we know, you will absolutely fail.
Do you think that the council would appreciate a tour? Open their eyes a little bit.
if you have, yes, absolutely. I think you really. I have no choice but to believe you and to agree with you now that I'm seeing Grim like this. Grim was a kind, silly old man, very powerful. For him to be killed in this manner, he had to know the person who assaulted him.
Or
For
at least
Grim
he
to be
thought he
caught
knew.
that unawares. Yeah, exactly. I think come to the council meeting, keep your eyes, ears, and any other resources you have open. Perhaps we'll learn something.
All right, then let's go have this meeting.
Those of you who have not been presented to the council before, I think would be best suited to not be a part of the meeting, just from an initial...
We need Nemea.
Nemea has sat with the council. I'm referring to the rest of you.
Yuri and Corey helped with this a lot. I don't want to speak for them.
Corey was going to testify on my behalf with Grim.
There's meant to be corroborating evidence, corroborating testimony.
Corey was there. He lived it just like Nemea did, but for many, many, many months.
And also 2 eyes on the fact that Nemea was acting in self-defense and does not deserve any of the treatment she's had.
All right. Let's go.
Can I...
Boy, you remember what you said about Stead in the cell? And how you couldn't get a good read on him?
I do.
Keep an eye out for that too.
I'm going to. And real quick, I'm gonna tug on Aldim's sleeve and just like show her away from the group. If you need a mundane explanation, something that the council will believe and that isn't coming from us, and I'm gonna give her the note that has all of the paperwork we've been forging. We found this in Stedd's office.
He looks it over for a minute. I don't know that this will work.
I'd rather it be in your back pocket since you're hanging out longer than I will be.
You don't understand. Stedd's here. He's downstairs right now waiting for us.
Of course he is.
What?
I think we
What?
should just... Stedd is downstairs. A suicide note. He's here. It's not going to be believable.
Human. Or at least whatever we encountered before wasn't human.
I'm just saying it's not believable that he's dead if he's sitting at the table that we're all about to go join. We'll hold on to this. It's not the time to play this card.
I'm giving it to you as a council member to represent the council. Depending on what happens in that room, you might need a good explanation that's palatable for anyone outside that room.
Of course. Let's go, please.
I follow.
She leads you back up the stairs to the main floor, and to those of you who have been there before, to the familiar hall where you've met with the council before, the large table, the chairs pulled out, drinks have been served, and sitting there around the table is all the council members, minus Grimm, including Stedd. And he looks at you with a knowing smirk.
Nemea has turned she's pretty much turned white. And her movements seem disconnected. But she takes a seat and she avoids eye contact.
Are we all relatively close to one another?
I would assume so.
I want to start once all of us stop. I actually want to cast Magic Circle at 3rd level. It lasts for an hour. And I want it to specifically keep fiends at bay from entering within the circle.
How big is the circle?
It's 10 by 10.
Okay. And that only works, like, it's a set 10 by 10, correct? You don't get to choose.
No.
Okay.
So I'm
Does
kind of
it
keeping it around all of us.
Does it travel with you, or is it a set place?
I think it's set.
So you would need to set it once you were sitting down, otherwise it would just be in the hallway
Yeah.
or wherever you set it at.
That's what she said.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
It also it does require material components worth 100 GP.
Fuck. Well, never mind.
I love the idea. I think that's super cool and smart. I was just trying to get the...
It does. It also It also takes a minute to cast, and
That's how you're going to do it.
casting a spell is not a calm thing.
I'm not calm.
Now Alma's biting. First it was Edie, now it's
Mhm.
Alma.
Yep.
Edie doesn't sit down, by the way.
I won't sit either.
Void is not sitting either.
I'm assuming Chorus wouldn't either.
Or
Oh.
Chorus will be the only one like, hey, a seat.
North
Nemea
immediately sits. He's-
Oh my God, North!
Oh yeah,
Keep
North's with
forgetting.
us.
No,
he's like
shouldn't
looking.
he have been left outside because he
I-
wasn't part
Well,
of?
after the argument, like, no, they need to be part of it. She's like, fine, everybody just come.
Void was
Well,
not
yes.
including Norf in that, but it is fine if Norf tags along.
Norf is here, and he's just chilling. He sets his sword down. He's looking around for like snacks or something. He's like, is there any meals?
He knows.
I'll-
He could tell from the vibe of all of us that this is important. So like, I feel like he's not. What's his intelligence? Is it worse than Edie's?
It's pretty low. I think it's the same as Edie's.
Amazing.
That was 8, but he's not.
No. So then he would be
Yeah,
able to
he-
pick up on the fact
This is
that this
my
is
character,
important.
and no, he wouldn't. Norf is a tribal, like, hunter
Then Edie's
warrior.
gonna fucking slit his throat and
Oh,
get
God.
him. She literally grabs onto North's shoulder and she's like, "Be quiet." The moment he goes to say anything, and then she
And
stands.
he does freeze up. Thank you for not slitting his throat.
Do I see?
I was gonna say that's gonna be a weird combat all of a sudden as you try to kill the poor Norf.
Do I see anything invisible or ethereal in this room?
You do not. Dominic shows up and sits down. Sorry, I was. Anyway, we're here because you've summoned us, Aldim. What is it you've called us to tell us? Grim is dead. He was murdered in his room. The body is still there. The group here has investigated, and they found some information that is most unsettling. I went through it as well a little bit, but I did not discuss or did not touch the body. You can't let them go through things without consulting the council first. Stead shouts out.
Did you consult the council before designing a prison with an ancient dragon and starting to experiment on civilians without warrant or cause?
It's hearsay. There's no proof of that.
Oh, so you wouldn't care if anyone looked behind your liquor cabinet in the office, huh?
Wouldn't care at all.
It's probably gone.
Wouldn't care if anyone cast Zone of Truth or looked inside my mind or Corey's.
All of ours. Looked inside of yours.
We're here to discuss the death of Grim.
Yeah,
Mhm.
we are. Stead.
Which is most likely caused by whatever coup you're a part of.
I just want my name cleared. I don't give a shit anymore about the council. Grim's death, as sad as it is a council problem.
You know, we could look into this a little more closely. We could. You say he's dead. How long has he been dead? This is Rimardo Domine, the cleric and chief religious advisor for the king.
Been dead for 3 hours.
We could bring him back.
It is not within my ability to do so.
My child, it is within mine.
Then let's do that.
Of course, we can.
It's just
Boy.
now.
It seems like you have something to say, but you're being interrupted.
Yeah. I do want to cast Detect Thoughts.
Okay.
I'm obviously focusing on Stead, and I want to see two things. One, how's he reacting to the idea of Grim getting woken back up? And two, am I getting that same, like, I am Stead, like that blank, weird vibe from him?
With the initial detect thoughts, he absolutely appears a little. The idea of waking Stead up reviving Stead doesn't seem to be bothering him
Reviving
all that much.
Grim, you mean?
Of Grim, yeah, sorry, that doesn't seem to be bothering him all that much. The I am Stead is very much still present. He does seem a little anxious, but not about the Grim aspect of it. It definitely seems more related to the other conversation that was happening, which is why he tried changing the subject.
Void gets a smirk and just like looks over at Stead. All of you have
I
allowed
don't
a snake
speak
into your
canine.
midst. All of you have allowed a snake into your midst. You have no choice but to act now and believe us, or let Stead continue doing what Stead is doing, wherever Stead's puppet master is, because I don't really understand what's sitting in front of me.
What are you talking about? You hear the voice of Nura Borgia.
We've already seen this face once, dead.
Everybody make a perception check. Make sure you roll with disadvantage if your character has exhaustion.
I know.
Both of your characters that have.
I know.
But not that third one.
She's rolling 5 times.
18 for me.
They were all actually really good. So, Yuri got a 21. Corey got a 16. And Nemea got a perception 14.
Void got a 10. If you need me to wait, I can.
No, you're fine.
Okay, Void got a 10. Chorus, I was dreading it. Natural 20 for 24.
Yay!
North rolled 18. So basically everybody but Void.
Yeah. I'm too busy mean mugging Stead.
You begin hearing a sound of like a little bit of commotion coming from outside the door and confusion. And then you also begin to smell a little bit of sulfur. But it's not coming from inside the room, it's coming from outside of the room. And the door busts open and another Stead walks in. What's the meaning of this? And he sees you all sitting there and another Stead sitting at the table. He immediately turns and books out the door.
Oh, no, you don't. And
I
just
rage and run.
Yep.
I
He's-
chase that mofo.
Booking it.
Get that command out, Alma.
That's true. I could do command.
Oops, all Steads.
Let me do just double check really quickly. I just want to see what the range. 60 feet. So Alma's eyes will gloss over. She'll.
Well, how about we make another initiative?
I was waiting for I was waiting for you to call it. I don't know what's gonna happen. Oh, Haley.
Oh, wait.
I feel the same as Haley with my roll.
This is not combat right now, but we are going to use initiative.
Oh,
Because we don't have a map.
it's gonna be combat.
It's gonna be
Yeah.
But we don't have a map, so we're just going to have to deal
it's
with it.
theater of the mind, baby.
Theater
It's
of the
hallways and
mind.
gunshots. Yes.
Nemea, even at disadvantage, got an 18 for
Nice.
initiative. Corey got a 12, and Yuri got a 7.
So what did Edie roll?
Edie rolled a 1, so she has a 4.
Woo!
But it's because she hears her friends shuffle to like do something. So she just locks eyes with the Stedds in front of her, and she's like, "You're not leaving my fucking side either, because I'm not letting this be a distraction." So just in case.
Oh.
Yeah, shit. Ooh.
Hell yeah.
All right, Void and Chorus.
Fuck. Ah.
I mean, Alma. Alma.
I got a 4-2.
Hey, 42 is not a real number.
No, but I got
Gotcha
a
there.
4. Yeah, he did.
All right, Void and Chorus.
Chorus got an 11. I got
Right.
a 24.
Hey!
Jesus.
Let me hear. I realized since I didn't have a combat tracker thing, I didn't have a thing going to actually keep track of any of that. Give me just a second.
Inquisitor initiative, gonna shoot this mofo in the back.
I was waiting for you to say in the butt, but
Nah.
oh,
It's the
too
butt.
soft.
All right, so no, I'm not gonna fucking no. All right, I'll make it a
Okay.
pause for creating an initiative tracker thing real quick.
I just have in big giant caps in my notes. There are 2 Stedds! Makes me wonder
Remember-
what the original Stead's doing on fucking vacation or some shit. Well,
Dude, this is wild. It also potentially means that like if new Stead is Rakshasa Stead and old Stead is fresh puppet of whatever Stead is, then it means that those two are not like left hand, right hand. It's
wait, what
It's
are
a
you?
very bad timing coincidence for
Mhm.
both of them to rock up.
yeah.
All right, this should have everybody here. Cool. And then I will just use 2 of these characters for just purposes. And then I will also roll for that one. Okay, that's not much better. All right, and so if you would give me choruses again
11.
and Yuri's
You're got 7.
and Edie
Or
and Void
24.
and Alma was 24. Nemea, what was yours?
No, I was 4.
Sorry, 4. Not 4, 24. I meant that, and then my came out of my mouth. Was she like
Nemea
7?
got what did I say? 18.
18,
Yeah,
I think,
18.
And then
Alright.
I think Yuri got an 11 or 12 or something.
We'll have
No,
no,
Yuri got the
Yuri got a
7.
7. So we'll have Yuri and Corey go at the same time, just to keep track of it, because I don't have a Corey
Cool.
token in our thing.
Absolutely
one of
fine.
them rolled a 7, and the other rolled a 11. All right. So Void is first, but he is about 30 feet away as he turns to run. So you have an action that you can take your turn.
Do I smell that sulfur? Am I getting Rakshasa vibes right now?
You don't know because you didn't smell it when it came in for Void.
Okay. Passive 13. Actually, passive is 16. Because of
so
fiends.
yes, you did.
Okay. That does change things because Void would know potentially not to use spells against it if he thinks it's the Rakshasa. So yeah, Void's gonna get up. Oh, this is dumb, but Void's gonna do it. You say he's 30 feet away?
Not 30 feet away. Yep.
About 30 feet away. I'm gonna move. Actually, I'm going to. Void just like spins around, pulls out Palimpsest, and I'm gonna bonus action switch my judgment to Justice. And you see that like emblazoned, like targeting crosshairs go over their eye. This is kind of spoilers, but I need to know mechanically. Is the other Stead, the one that just walked in, is he fiend, aberration, etc., etc.? One of those.
He is a fiend.
Okay. Then you see the that happen, and also the normal tattoo happens, but then you also see Void's eye like the pupil changes to a cross star as it stares him down. You're not going anywhere. The one at the table's something weird. This one's a fiend. And I'm going to pop off a shot.
Okay.
Palimpsest, and I have judgment on, so it's a plus that. Okay, that is going to be a 17 to hit.
A 17.
Sorry, let me make sure. Sorry. God, my brain is absolutely broken. 18 to hit.
18 does hit.
Okay. Ooh, that is maximum damage. 16 magical piercing.
Nice.
And then second shot. Ooh, only one better, so 19 to hit.
That hits.
11 points of magical piercing.
Okay, what was the total?
Total would have been, 27. Yeah.
Okay, give me just 1 second here because I'm trying to update it. As the bullet ricochets into his shoulder, he stumbles a little bit as he's running.
I will move 20 feet, so I'm within 10 feet of him, and then, if I can, I want to be like in the doorway where I can still see into the council chambers, but I'm mainly looking at this main stead now.
Okay.
That's it.
Is that in your turn? All right.
Yep.
Then up next is Nemea.
Rage, and gonna run after him. I'm going to declare my tail, and as I get close to him, I'm just going to roar, "Not again!" And as I'm running, I'm gonna like flick my hip and swish out my tail and try and pierce him.
Okay.
Sorry, my tail. That is going to be a dirty 20 to hit.
That'll hit. And what is your alignment?
Where do I find that?
Description.
Yeah, under the description tab.
Neutral. Hang on. Chaotic neutral, there it is.
Okay.
So, my D8. Remembering my rage bonus, because every time I watch back, I realize I haven't added it.
Oh, with your attack, were you rolling with disadvantage?
Oh, shit, no.
Oh yeah, 3 points. Fuck.
That is 19.
Still hits.
Hang on. 15 plus. What is it?
Still
6?
hits.
Cool. Whoop. 8. Rage bonus is 2 because it's my Wait, what's my rage bonus?
It should be +3.
+2 damage. Is it
I've
plus 3?
I think
I've got too
it
many things
ranked up
open.
at level 7, but I can't remember.
It's a +2. Advantage on strength checks. Fuck. Where is it? You get advantage on strength checks and saving throws, not attacks, +2 melee damage on. Yeah.
So +2.
So
Yeah,
10.
+2. Sorry.
Yeah. So then plus the 3 from my tail itself is going to be 13 points of damage, piercing, considered
13.
magical.
Right? 13 points of damage.
And then I'm going to attack again.
Okay.
It's 18. And a disadvantage is going to be an 18.
Okay. That'll hit.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 10 points of magical piercing.
Okay.
Yep, that's me.
Perfect. Chorus turn.
Okay, good.
Oh, I should have.
Hmm?
It's too late. I can't do it. It's fine.
Okay, sorry, I'm just double checking all of the things I could do. Ooh. Okay. Chorus is busting out, tried and true combo. Pulls out Eulogy, is sprinting right towards this stead, and is going to, whatever side Nemea isn't on, that's the side he's going on. So basically flanking, but also trying to cut him off as much as possible from a reasonable escape route.
Okay.
And so that means I don't actually have to do Zephyr Strike to get advantage because we're flanking. So it's flank o'clock. We're gonna do the planar warrior shenanigan bonus action. So extra D8 and all of its force damage, advantage from flanking. I'm gonna throw up. Oh, I can't mark off anything on his sheet. Fuck. Sorry. Let's try
I'll
to-
write it
keep
down
track
for
of
you.
it. Yeah, just write it
I'll
down
keep
so
track
we
of it on the side. Yeah. 24
Melissa
to
can-
hit. 24 to
That'll
hit.
hit. That'll hit.
Okay. That is going to, oh god, I have to do chorus math. Jesus Christ. So it's Eulogy, which is the 1d6. It is an extra d8 of force damage from Planar Warrior. And I'm going to roll the same d6. I only have 1d6, but also going to do Favored Foe for another d6. And all this is going to be force damage.
Cool.
I'm writing it down. Don't worry.
Thank you. 19 points of magical piercing damage.
Nice.
And I can't see his description, so I don't know what his alignment is. If I remember correctly from the last combat, he was good. Because I remembered his piercing damage doing some juice.
Let me look.
Oh,
Yeah,
but this
he
is
was the
actually
one
force damage, so ignore that. Ignore that entirely. This is all force
Yeah.
damage. Let me... Sorry.
I have so many tabs open.
Yeah.
Big mood.
Okay, the next time. So I get one more attack roll. This one doesn't have the Planar Warrior, but it does have Favored Foe on it.
Okay.
Oh, Lord. I cocked it up. 13.
13 does not hit.
Yeah. Damn.
He is a chaotic good. Yep.
And that's it.
All right.
That's all I could do.
Up next is the stead that's running, and he's recognizing what's happening, and he stops and makes a symbol with his fingers around the floor, and this dark, fiery engulfs him.
Counterspell.
At what level?
At 4th level.
This is a 7th level spell.
So I gotta roll, or I could never do it.
Roll.
You gotta roll.
What do I gotta beat?
Charisma. It's a charisma check.
It's 10 plus the spell's level.
DC 17. Yeah.
Yeah.
DC 17. And what is it? And then what do I add to it?
Just your charisma modifier. Not your saving throw, no proficiency, just charisma.
Okay, I've got a 4.
I believe you.
I believe,
believe in you.
you.
Come on.
Come on, get
I
this.
got a 16 plus 4.
Yay!
Yes!
Dirty 20!
Get
Let's go
wrecked!
80!
Get wrecked!
Wait a second.
What?
Limited magic immunity. The Rakshasa
It's
cannot be
not targeting
affected.
him. It's targeting the
Ah.
spell.
I have to look this up for a second.
It's targeting the
'Cause
spell.
I absolutely believe you because
So
you
that
know
means
everything.
that like
and I
Alma
hate you
couldn't
so-
command him.
Correct. It's why I wanted to make sure I smelled the sulfur, because I have spells that can like freeze someone in place, and I wanted to use it at first in initiative. But if I think it's the Rakshasa, there's no point doing that because they just bounce off him.
You attempt to interrupt a creature in the process of casting a spell. If the creature is casting a spell, it doesn't say what it's targeting.
What's the spell's target?
Doesn't say. Counter spell, 3rd level, 1 reaction, 60 feet range. Component is somatic. Duration, instantaneous. Skills, abjuration. Attack save, none. Damage effect, negation.
So it would target the spell itself because it's affecting the spell being cast.
Yeah.
It's not touching the Rakshasa.
I'll allow it.
Yeah.
Yay, Edie!
Ah,
Wait,
Yeah,
hold on. No, you're right. Okay.
Push pull.
So he just keeps running then.
And
No, he
provokes 2
doesn't!
attacks of opportunity.
Sentinel, bitch!
Right. I can't roll for shit. I'm
That's
so
tops.
sorry.
At disadvantage.
At straight
Nice.
roll because you're flanked with flanking with chorus.
I already rolled a disadvantage, so I'm gonna take the highest one, which is gonna be.
Whoa,
Well, no,
Eighteen.
you gotta just re-roll.
I'll reroll. I'll reroll.
Yeah,
That's not how this game works.
I'm here rooting
Which is
for you.
even better because it's gonna be a 22 to hit now.
I
Fucking wrecked, you tiger bitch!
I'm just gonna end this stream right now. I'm just gonna take my ball and go home. Yeah, that'll hit.
you don't put the BBEG in front of us when you just made us want
We-
to literally kill him.
We are bloodthirsty. The whole council is watching 5 people just immediately. Wee! Woo! Wee! Woo!
Okay, so Sentinel with my tail. That's another 10 points of piercing damage, magical piercing.
Okay.
And his movement speed is 0.
And he's got nothing. Yeah, he's in pretty bad shape. You see him starting to look pretty bad. All right. So Void won't get Chorus won't get opportunity attack since he didn't leave, right? So only the Sentinel would affect this instance.
Well, it triggers from both of us. Well, it depends on which one of our I missed anyways. It's irrelevant.
Okay.
I missed.
Okay, then we don't even worry about it.
Yeah.
I
I was like, why are we adjudicating this? I fucked it up.
The other Stead is up, and he's just sitting there right now, like not even sure what to do. You're up. He doesn't do anything. He just sits there.
Sits there, waits his turn.
Actually, before Yuri, it is Norf's turn. Norf looks around
Idiot told me
just-
nothing.
and just sees that all of you were like being so like aggressive towards the other Stead. And he just pulls out his greatsword. And he is going to bonus action boss up, and he becomes large. And now he's going to just fucking go off on other Stead with his greatsword.
I love this so much. North is so friend-shaped.
He just swings for the head, and that is going to hit with a 25. And the other one is
This is the Stead running, right?
no. This is the Stead sitting in his chair.
Oh,
Shit!
He sees you guys just go to the other one, but he saw you yelling at this one, so he's like, "Fuck it!" And so
amazing.
a 16 will hit the other one as well. Let's see. He gets a, and I get to deal 1 additional 1d6 damage, so it's going to be a lot. 2d6.
It really is. North is just like, well, if Stead's the baddie.
That is 12 points on the first one. And 10. Nope, I get to add an extra d6 on that one.
Oh, Jesus.
13 points. So 25 points on the other one. He just. And this Stead. He's just sitting there like freaking out all of a sudden as he's just getting attacked out of nowhere by this little North.
Council members do.
Yeah.
All of them are like, what the hell? Like they're like, those of you who are not currently engaged with the other Stead, with the Rakshasa Stead, make a perception check seeing Norf's attacks.
6.
Perception. 17 for Yuri and 23 for Corey.
I got a 6.
Those of you, Edie, what did you get?
Six club.
6 club.
So Yuri and Corey notice there's no blood coming out when he's being hit this time. It's just there's gashing wounds, but there is no blood of any kind. But you do see some sort of like clear fluid starting to run out.
He's got fluid.
He wasn't able to
Well,
make a good one this time, or something. Maybe.
I didn't have
Not enough time to.
That changes exactly what everyone else was going to do. So now it's Yuri's turn.
Mm-hmm.
Yep,
Um,
sure is. And then Alma and Edie are on deck.
Oh, good.
Can-
I'm next.
Yeah.
Yuri / Corey.
Alma,
Yes.
rein
Then
in your
Alma.
kobold.
Where did I do that? Fuck it.
Damn it.
Can the clear fluid council room stead please make an intelligence saving throw?
That is a 16.
Succeeds.
Damn.
But Corey is then going to join and just be like, he'll just flick his wrists, and he's going to throw 2 psychic blades at the same stead.
The council member stead, or the
Council- oh, I was gonna go-
non-Rakshasa stead.
Non-Rakshasa.
Non-Rakshasa.
He does.
I
he
get
doesn't a
advantage
bonus
because
check,
he's engaged.
but he's
You
disadvantaged.
don't get advantage.
because he's not hidden.
Oh, right, because I'm still exhausted. Yeah.
Sneak attack would trigger, except you have disadvantage, so no sneak
have-
attack. I know.
Don't I get it, even though I don't get to take advantage? I just can't.
Any amount of disadvantage on the roll, no sneak attack.
That's bullshit. Okay.
No sneak attack. Straight to jail.
Jamming tip for the day: banish the party and then just keep dodging with your abjurer. The rogue can't break their concentration.
Well, that's going to be a 17 to hit.
That'll hit.
8 points of psychic damage.
Roberta.
Hey,
And then bonus action, another one.
Okay.
At disadvantage. Oh no, it cancels out. So that one's going to be a 14.
that misses.
That ends Corey.
Okay. Then we are now to Alma.
How far away would all of us have been when we originally got in the hall and we were in front of the table where everyone else is? How far would you say, like, Stead was from all of us when we were in that line?
Probably about 15, 20 feet, depending on how the arrangement of the floor was.
Okay.
And then the other one didn't even make it into the room before he saw everything and took off. So
And that guy would be the Rakshasa one. The
it
Rakshasa
was about 30
Stead.
feet away.
Okay. So what I'm going to do. I am actually going to, as a bonus action first, going to cast Spiritual Weapon, and I want it to settle right in front of non-Rakshasa Stead.
Okay.
So it'll go, and then it doesn't make the attack, I think, when it comes
It does.
up.
It
Oh,
does.
it does? Alright, so now I'm
Read
gonna-
the spell.
I'm just reading.
Read
All right,
all
I'm-
12 paragraphs of the spell.
Okay,
And
I'm
then
gonna roll.
the appendix and
Yeah.
the
Don't
That's
forget
a
the
20.
errata.
That's a 24 to hit.
that definitely hits.
Oh, I should have said
You should have,
Did it
but
at
you didn't. So
no, it
just kidding.
at second level, so I summoned it at second level.
Okay.
And now it's going to be a 1d8 plus 3. That's 6 points of damage.
Okay.
So I need to clear that really quickly. Yeah. Okay, it's second level. And then what I want to do is I want to take my crossbow and I want to aim it towards the Rakshasa stead that's on the opposite side. I'm going to stay put where I am and I want to shoot at him.
Okay.
So, crossbow. Need this. That's a 12.
That was Rakshasa stead you're aiming at?
Yes.
Doesn't hit.
Okay, figured as much. And then that's me.
All right, Edie, you're up. And then we are back up to Void and Nemea, so just be ready.
Cool. Has anyone been hit by any attacks
No.
yet?
They have all been,
He attempted to teleport and then got wrecked.
Nice. Cool.
and that was the one, he had one use of that a day.
Oops.
This is not going to end well for
It's
Rakshasa.
bad time.
Oh no. Oh no.
That sounds like a him problem.
It does.
Oh.
It really does.
You done fucked up.
You done messed up, Aaron.
You messed up, Ray-Ron.
Edie's just gonna cast Spiritual Weapon.
Okay, on which target?
I don't think that there's enough people around the other How many people are around each? So then I can.
So there's basically two people. Well, there's one. Norf is the only one around council members did because the other ones were doing distance attacks.
There is a
Um,
spiritual weapon.
but
on
there's a
him.
spiritual
the
weapon
council
on him.
instead. Yes.
And then the one out in the hallway has got chorus and
Everybody else around them.
everybody else. Oh yeah, cool. So I'm gonna go counsel him instead then. And so that means that anyone that is fighting the other stead doesn't see this. So she casts her spiritual weapon, and the bright golden light that usually comes out of Edie is tainted by a black cloud that swifts and swirls around the light, kind of making it look like lightning. As the spiritual weapon forms, it is still her golden bell, but the spikes are black. And she wants to hit the other stead.
The council member said,
Yes.
okay, go ahead and roll your attack.
Oh no, that's a natural one.
Oh no.
I don't know how spiritual weapon can hurt itself. I think last time we did that, you had it dispelled the spell, didn't we? Is that how we did it last
Yeah.
time?
We did.
Oof, brutal.
Fuck.
I think that's how we did it last time.
We did do that.
I honestly
last
can't
time.
remember.
Okay.
Because
that's
I
all
think
good.
I
don't
I
remember.
rolled a nat 1.
So essentially, as you form it to cast, you can't hold the concentration, and it just
Maybe Edie
So
got
if
freaked
no
out.
one was paying attention just then, no one saw that.
no
then.
one saw it. Yeah, Edie is
wonder-
like,
Did Edie get freaked out by her magic being different?
Edie did a little bit, like for a second, and then you saw like her face like frown and just pretty much pure hate in her eyes as
Go ahead with your-
she's staring downstead.
Go ahead with
She
your action.
pulls her bow out and notches it, and she's going to take a shot at him with her bow instead. See if hopefully she doesn't shoot herself this time.
double stead murder would be great today.
Not great.
I mean, that's what's happening. There's no way around it at this point.
10 is not good.
10 does not hit.
I
The
just-
arrow
I'm
right
so
by his head.
angry that nothing can land.
Okay. Are you gonna move at all?
Oh. No, I'm like locked in place right now.
Void, you're up. Nemea's on deck.
Void's gonna glance back into the council chambers and see like Norf and everyone just like like scatter shot against the back wall of the council chamber against Councilman Stead. We might want to leave that one alive. Maybe someone on the council could figure out what the hell it is. And then I'm gonna turn back to Stanky Stead. You, on the other hand, I will delight in your pain. I will enjoy seeing you scattered on the ground in agony at your own failure. And I'll switch to Draconic. You've already taken too much. Nemea is not yours. Chaos will not reign. You die now. And I'm going to shoot him twice.
Okay.
Good thing I wrote my numbers down. Dirty 20. Oh, sorry.
that-
That was meant to be role play for a bonus action of casting Divine Fury,
Okay.
or whatever the one is that adds some dice to my thingy.
Fair enough. Go ahead. Dirty 20 hits.
Get in the box. That's mega max damage. That's 20 points of damage. 4 of it is radiant.
Ooh.
Let's check. I don't think that has any difference for it, but that's fine.
And then
He's looking really rough.
second shot's gonna be a 23.
That hits.
Yes.
14 points of damage. 2 of it is radiant.
He's looking really hurt, but that's that end your turn?
That's all I got. I will. Yeah, I'm staying where I am. Yep.
Okay. Nemea, go ahead.
She is borderline blinded by rage, so regardless, I can't get advantage regardless. Yeah, another 2 attacks with her tail.
Okay.
First one is oh no, hang on, flanking. So 11, 7, wait, shit. 17.
17 hits.
Oh! And then second is a natural 20.
Obviously hits. So, I'm just going to say, how do you want to do this?
Alright. As he's gone to cast a spell and everyone's pelleting at him, the first tail strike is actually going to pierce straight through one side of his ribcage. And it's just going to pull it out and then spin on the spot and lash out again. And it's going to go through his heart as though she missed the first time. And then as the barbs go through and catch, as she whips her tail out, she pulls the heart out as well on the barbs of her tail.
As you pull this out, he looks at you, spits blood, and just smiles. You haven't seen the last. Man. Collapses and his body just disintegrates.
There is this animalistic roar of fury and victory as the body starts to disappear.
Did he say that in common?
It was infernal.
Damn.
Oh,
So Chorus would have understood that too.
Yeah.
And Alma probably too, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Chorus is up.
Oh Lord. Well, so there's nothing now. It's just
There's just council member Stead.
okay. It's just Rakshasa soup. Like his
Yes.
clothes have Obi-Wan onto the floor.
Yep.
Okay.
Can I use my movement to go back into the room? Sorry. Actually, no. I'm just standing there, like, screaming at it. No.
T-posing over him.
I just like that. You know when you like the enemy's just like, like just that really.
a victory dab.
Victory dab. Chorus is, well, you look like you have this handled, and is gonna run into the council room, and it'd be like 30 feet basically to the front of the council room, and then another 30 feet away. Correct?
About that, yeah.
Okay. Let me make sure that I remember how to do this. Okay. Chorus is going to jump onto the table because it needs to be in a straight line, so I can't go around the table. So I'm going to jump onto the table, run across the table, and just like using Charger, I can make an attack as a bonus action. And
Use an acrobatics check to jump up on the table. It's
Oh,
going to be a
what?
relatively low DC, but there are people in the way, so it's a little hindrance. And I also want to give you the chance to make it cool.
I'm trying to just be cool. Don't make me earn cool. Oh God, it's gonna cock up. I know it. Oh, 21.
Yay!
Chorus jumps up and like almost like Spider-Man lands kind of thing, and then just sprints like anime style running and uses Charger. Go ahead and roll the attack.
Roll the attack. I'm replacing an attack with a grapple check. I want to pin this dude to the far wall. And I don't know if Rule of cool, you could charge her, add the damage, but I'm just gonna roll athletics and see. Oh, fuck. No. I mean, he has to roll acrobatics to avoid, but I rolled real shitty.
He didn't roll great. It's a 12.
Yeah, unless you rule that Norf has given me advantage somehow, that is an 8.
No, you kind of run, and maybe towards the end, you like run into like trip and like shoulder block him, and you catch your foot, but it doesn't. He like bumps him.
Paper, and it just slides on the
God.
table.
Chorus is
All
gonna
right.
just whirl around and hold Eulogy up to Councilman Stead's throat and be like, "What are you?" That wasn't his voice, but fuck it.
Yep.
All right.
You nailed the first one. The second one was.
Second one was
I read
trash.
Steve.
Yep.
Who are you?
Yar, what are you, matey?
All right, that ends Chorus's turn. Council member Stead looks at you, looks at Chorus, and the body just goes limp. And like the light that was behind the eyes goes. And that's where we're going to end today's session.
God damn it!
No. No. You're banned.
You go straight to jail.
Straight to GM jail.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us today. I was glad to be back. I've missed this. I'm so excited for next week when we can pick this up with episode 61. Try to see what the hell is going on. There's a whole lot of stuff that just happened today. So I'm glad that you are all here to catch this ending. Because Reburnables, yeah, you don't know. We're going to do a raid, so make sure we stick around for the raid. Be good to each other. It is, for those of you who are in America, next week is the 4th of July. Please be safe, be smart, make good decisions, have fun by all means, but don't blow any fingers off. Don't burn any houses down. Like, don't start forest fires. Be smart.
No rockets up your butt.
Whoa, we don't, I mean,
Does
whatever.
that happens?
Yes,
Don't
that
light
has
them if you
happened.
do, is all I'm saying.
This is America. This is where the stupid happens.
This is
Be
America.
Don't do something that could hurt yourself or someone else, please. But until next week, when we come back, sunburned and fireworked out, hopefully.
Waterlogged on hot dogs.
I
Hot
don't
dog,
get that
water,
reference.
waterboarding.
No. No. No.
That is torture.
Yes.
But until next week, are you ready for more tales?
Always.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.